Boom! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fans of Something Live number 8 with Mid-Level Media. Mid-Level Media is in and on this program tonight. Yes, it is a program. And as you notice, my co-host not with us tonight. She has contracted the dang Rona. And she will be in the live chat, though. She'll be in the chat, chatting it up. You'll see a little wrench next to her name. So she will be with us in spirit, and she is this tombstone right here tonight. So it's unfortunate, but it is, it is what it is. It doesn't pick and choose. So anyways, we wish her the best, and hopefully it's done and over with. I had it. It was not fun. So hopefully it fixes itself. And without further ado, because typically we like to ramble on here, but we're not going to do that right now. We're not going to do that. We're going to bring in the man, the myth, the physical media collecting legend right here. Here he is, Mr.
You know, man, I'm just bad luck. I've been bad luck for people my entire life, and as soon as she found out I was coming on, she contracted the coronavirus.
Damn Rona. Yeah, I mean, I had it. Did you have it?
I have no idea. I really don't. I feel like I did at the beginning of the year. My wife actually had it. It was either last December or January. And it's like I was close to her like the entire time before she found out she had it. But I got tested and they said I didn't have it. But like my smell hasn't been right. My taste hasn't been right like all this year.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I had it because I heard that that's what happens after you have it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I've
been tested like 3 times, and all 3 times I thought I had it. I didn't.
I had like a lingering cough, which was kind of weird. That just stayed with me after I had it. So
yeah. I got probably the sickest I've ever been in my entire life last December. So sick the night before Spider-Man No Way Home came out, or the night that we were all supposed to go see it. I couldn't go see it because I literally couldn't get up to make it to the theater to go check it out. So I had to stay at home and die on the couch while my whole family went and saw it without me.
It's awful, man. It really is awful. All right. I'm going to try not to have happen what happened last time with Huck. Like the live, the chat just went haywire and I could not catch up. So
Huck, that guy, man, he's nothing but trouble.
I'm going to try to keep it. Man. And everybody in the damn chat, no Jurassic Park 3 talk. Okay.
It's my favorites.
Also, I just wanted to throw a note out to there because I noticed Bob's Blu-rays was doing a live stream and I was actually watching it. I noticed Ken was watching it as well, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to push this to like 10 just so we're not like interrupting it?" And he's like, "Nah, he'll probably go to 11."
I can almost guarantee we'll probably be done with this stream tonight and he'll still be going. So he does.
But
Puts his
yeah,
guest through the ringer over there.
we got Laren saying hey to Ken. Lopke just
What's up,
got out of
man?
the let's tell Ken how we really feel stream. Exactly.
Man, they had some hot takes over there. I couldn't take it.
I actually really like that idea for a live stream. That's actually a pretty good one. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
there we go. Tony's Movies and More. Hey Ed, Haley, and Ken. Yeah, unfortunately, Haley's just virtual today, but Tony's saying hey. Yes,
What's up,
can't wait for
Tony?
the Tony Basement Blues interview. Oh wait,
Thanks, Dave.
oh Dave. Boom. Hey Ed, how are you tonight? Nice song, by the way. Where's Haley? Yep, she. Oh, and also I played that song. We don't typically play that song on StreamYard, but I played it because I know that Ken used to use it on his live stream.
I have used. I was gonna say that's a banger. That rock StreamYard track's a banger for sure.
So that's an exclusive because we don't use it here. We're like, that doesn't fit the vibe of the channel, but it fits the vibe of you.
I'll play whatever.
Hey, there she is. Howdy from the trenches with the mask on her face.
Yeah.
Feel better, Haley. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely feel better.
Hope you feel better soon. Everybody's saying feel better. We got Mizzy. What's going on, Mizzy? Mizzy saying Ken.
What's up, Mizzy?
Lopke, the man, the myth, the media legend. Yeah. I typically don't plan my intros, so I was like the man, the myth. I don't want to put legend here. The physical collecting legend. You know, I would kind of want it to be more.
I don't know if I've been around long enough to be legendary status. That's Durant right there. He's the legend.
Durant.
He's the legend. I may be the myth, you know.
And the man?
I'm a little mythic.
And the man?
I'm half a man sometimes.
What do we got here? Andy Molina. Hey, fans of something. Wow, that's a cool avatar. I have a feeling on Andy. Ken, do you know Andy?
I don't know. He wasn't in that chat that one night with us, was he?
I don't
on Dave's
know.
Patreon?
No, he was not.
Okay.
So I have a feeling. Let's everybody keep an eye on Andy because we at least typically get one hater of Durant Cinema in our streams.
Oh yeah, what is with that, Dave? What's going on with you? Why are you pissing off all these people?
That's literally every stream we do over here. We just get and so I'm telling you, watch out for Andy. Watch out for Andy.
Who are these people?
What do we got here? Durant Cinema picked himself a copy of Arachnophobia. Yes, I actually picked that up on Blu-ray as well at Best Buy. Haven't seen it yet.
I couldn't find any Arachnophobias at my Best Buy when I couldn't find any movies at my Best Buy last week. Couldn't find the Wishmaster set.
Oh, you couldn't?
Everybody was picking up. Nothing. None of all the cool shit that everybody else is running to Best Buy grabbing. None of that stuff's in my Best Buy. I'm not going to Best Buy anymore. That's a whole different topic. So I just got on bestbuy.com, saw it was still on there, and I ordered them both yesterday morning. So I should be getting them soon.
Awesome. Sweet.
I had to pay the $5 for shipping, but to hell with it. I needed my Arachnophobia. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, it's good. Okay, yeah, because Dave, it's like one of his most feared movies, apparently.
Oh God, I don't know how it holds up, but yeah, when I was a kid, I remember being that movie would scare the shit out of me.
I get sick rewatching my videos sometimes.
Dave's just in his room rewatching his videos over and over again.
So Jurassic Park 2 talk then. Hey, I love The Lost World. I think it is sorely underrated.
My wife and I rewatched them all this summer. We did a ranking on our channel. And she put Jurassic Park 3 as her number 2, I think.
Wow.
But The Lost World, I put as my number 1. I put it above the first one. I love The Lost World.
Dude, me too. Seriously, it's my favorite.
Now, the rational side of me will say Jurassic Park's the better film. Well, it is. We all know that. But I really enjoy The Lost World a lot. I think I have more fun when I'm watching it. So I said that one was my favorite.
Yeah. I do kind of miss how Jeff Goldblum isn't as eccentric-y. He's a little too normal.
He's real grounded.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So that's the only thing. If I were to go back and change something about that movie, I would kind of shift his traits and everything, and I'd kind of make him get that hair back that he had in the first movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it has one of the most suspenseful scenes with the glass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
I mean, Vince Vaughn's kind of bland. Julianne Moore's a little bland. They could have done better with the characters, but the dinosaurs coming to the city for the first time and taking over San
Yeah.
Diego as the end. I was like, this is what I've always wanted to see in my entire life when I
Yep.
saw the movie. And it's funny how they did that, but the new Jurassic World movie, Dominion, which was supposed to be that dinosaurs taking over the world, couldn't even accomplish that.
Couldn't do it.
But I don't know. I
Also,
love
by
the
the
Lost World.
way, I'm wearing my Kenny hat in honor of you as well. So
Thank you. You know how many times I heard, "Oh my god, they killed Kenny." I went through South Park came out when I was in the 6th grade. And yeah, all through middle school. All through middle school.
we're
But I
actually
did like South
binging.
Park.
We're binging South Park. I'm in love with South Park. So
I've watched, I probably watched every episode of season 1 and 2 at least 150 times when I was a kid, but I stopped watching when, like, season 3 or something. I've seen
yeah.
episodes here and there, the ones that everybody talks about, but
Okay. No JP talk tonight. Okay, Mizzy. All right. Well, we just kind of ruined that, but all right. Damn right, Vision, doing great.
my least favorite Jurassic Park movie is Jurassic World. I don't like Jurassic World at all.
Wait, are you being serious?
The first one, I don't like it at all.
You like
I
Dominion
don't
better?
I like Dominion better because at least it tries something interesting with the haunted house
Oh,
stuff, and then, not Dominion, Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom had the haunted house stuff, and
yes.
then,
Yeah.
Dominion is my favorite of the Jurassic World movies just because they brought back the OG cast, and I enjoyed it for that,
Oh
so,
man. I hope somebody does a stream like with what Bob's doing, but flips it like something so that you can talk about that because that's a hot take upon a hot
yeah,
take.
yeah, I had some hot takes in my Jurassic Park ranking.
What did you pick up for dinner tonight, Laren? Yeah, apparently like Laren picks up stuff for dinner every night as he watches this. So like he's gone to like a carnival one stream and like picked up a hot dog or something. It's amazing. Hey, Rex, never been in here. I assume he's following after Ken here. Ken's a true legend and the goat of all.
Is that from, Empire Records?
Is
Rex
it?
Manning?
I've
The
I've
movie
never seen
Empire? I
that
think
movie.
it is. I think
That's
it
Liv
is.
Tyler, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't even know. I think it has a Blu-ray.
I think so
I
too.
think it has a Blu-ray. I
Yep.
haven't seen it in a long time though.
Oh my God, married with media, saying hey, hello, hello.
Hey.
Eddie, howdy, beautiful people. What's going on, Eddie? Call Ken Kenny level. Some people seem to call him Daddy. All right, Big Daddy, Big Daddy.
Yeah,
Ken, are you still upset you didn't win at bingo? Is it driving you wild to the point you get no sleep at night?
pretty much. And what I'm the most upset about is I didn't win those actor trivia games we were playing. I
Yeah.
was getting upset about that.
Yeah, so
I
anyone
was.
watching, Durant Cinema had a Patreon live stream exclusive about a couple weeks ago, and all three of us, I'll say Haley as well, all three of us were on there, and that's how we kind of met Ken. So
Yep. Yeah. I didn't understand how to play the game. I was like, once we got past the first one, I was like, okay, so the objective here is to pick the most obscure ones you can, so nobody else picks them.
yeah, yep.
Because, but yeah.
Oh, also, by the way, I did not let you do the thing you do for everybody on your channel. Go ahead, promote.
Oh, but I'm Ken with Mid-Level Media, and I talk about Blu-rays and 4Ks and why you should own them. And I discuss new releases, and I review Blu-rays and 4Ks, and I have fun live streams with other collectors. And yeah, I just act like a goofball on camera because that's who I am in real
There
life.
we go.
So
There we go.
that's what I do.
I like one of my
You can
missions.
subscribe and you can follow me, and I'm on TikTok too. I do some TikToks
There you go.
every now and then.
I was like, I know I have to flip it on him because he's always making people promote their channels.
Yeah, I never know what to say either. So I love putting people on the spot, though. It is fun,
But
especially Tony.
you actually do collect Funkos because I've noticed you have some in the
I
backdrop of
got some
your.
Funkos. I decided a long time ago, I was like, all right, if I'm going to collect Funkos, I need to pick like a certain type of Funko so I don't go in all there. Because there's tons of great movie Funko Pops, but so I decided on horror Funko Pops. I was like, I'm going to collect like the horror icons, like Michael Myers. I've got a Jack Torrance. I've got a Reagan from The Exorcist, and pretty
Nice.
much all I like collect. If I stop at Walmart and I see one, like I saw the Mandy ones from the Nicolas Cage movie. I saw him and the girl, and I went and picked those up.
Nice. Okay.
So,
So how many do you think you would say you have total?
uh,
Because I
probably have 30. I've got some random ones too. I've got like a Michael Scott, and I found Tom Hanks's character from Castaway at Target for like
yeah.
250. It was like on clearance, so I grabbed that
Yep.
because I love Castaway. So I do grab some other ones every now and then, but
Give me 1 second. This one's for you. This one is 100% for you. They just released these.
did those just come out? I thought they were coming out in October.
They
Are they
just
out
came
already?
out. They're out already. Yep.
Where they? Where'd you find that? Did you order it online?
This is directly from Funko.
Shit.
Yep. And they got a badass one where it's the deluxe. It's the moon in the background that glows in the dark, and they're riding. It's incredible.
I need to get those, but I have to stop myself. There's like ET NECAs and Funkos, and
This is the only one I have right now. I was like, I just want one to represent the movie, and I think that's the best one. So
yeah, it is. It really is. I need that. I need to at least get one.
it's only $12. It's only $12 on Funko. So let's see here. Hey Eddie, I think you're saying hey to the other Eddie. Lopkey, haters a sign you're doing something right. That's what I told Dave too. I was like, the fact that you have these many people just wanting to bash on you all the time, I think you've done something right.
They say the most awful things. I don't know if I don't know if I want to get into this or not, but I was in Sue's stream one
Okay.
time. This is a long time before I even knew there were people out there doing this to Dave. And somebody said that I'm so sorry to hear that Dave has passed away. And I flipped out when I heard that. I was like, what? And thank God Tony's Movies and More was in the chat because he clarified. He's like, no, I just texted Dave like 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
And I was like, are you freaking? And that was like a long time ago. That's probably like a year and a half ago. But yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
That was awful. And now I've seen it like literally every time Sue will go live. I feel like somebody's in there saying something like that. So
I've known Dave since 2015 is when I met him, but then 2016 is when we met in person for the first time. And so I got that exact same thing on a video of ours, and I was like I had to stop and be like, wait, hold on, you know, like Dave
well,
isn't
like
just
Dave's on Instagram, but he's not like posting all the time or anything. So I was like
yeah.
trying to look at his Instagram. I was like, what? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
But I don't even think I'd met him by that time, by that point in time.
Yeah, it's disgusting. 4K Media guy, what's going on? I saw you were over at Tony's Movies and More for the Resident Evil live watch along. Arachnophobia is awesome. Okay, good to hear. Because
yeah, John Goodman is great in that movie.
Cool.
He's the exterminator.
That's directed by Steven Spielberg's like producer partner, right? Frank Marshall, isn't it?
Maybe. I honestly don't know the director off the top of my head.
I think it is. That Frank Marshall guy that Spielberg works with a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, for $6, should have it in 3 weeks. Okay, very cool. The scariest movie is Heavy Metal. Tell him, Ken.
I don't know. I don't even know why I have such weird feelings about that movie, but Dave knows exactly what I was talking about when we were in a live stream on my April roundtable. We brought up Heavy Metal. I was like, I don't know why. I couldn't bring myself to pick that up because whenever I think about it, I always think about how I was like 8 when I first saw it. And it just makes me feel funny when I think about the movie. Dave's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel the same way. So
isn't it animated?
it's animated.
Okay.
And I think there's like sex scenes in the movie between. It's like I know there's a fan base for that. There's people that are into that kind of stuff, but
Yep.
I am not. So
yep.
I don't know.
I
always
just
have weird
picked up,
feelings when I think about that movie.
I just picked up from Amazon Team America World Police, and you saying that got me thinking of the puppets sex scene.
Okay. That's okay. I can handle that.
Oh man. Oh, hello, Sophie. Hey, everyone. It's me, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
Keep an eye on Sophie as well. I'm not trying to single out people, but I just noticed these random people that neither of us know are the ones that typically are the Dave haters. Married with Media, The Lost World's great. Yes.
Now, wait a second. I think in our ranking, she put Lost World in like number 5. She's trolling.
She's trolling.
She's trolling.
She's trolling her own live stream. Michelle, heard you're down with some icky too. Feel better. Yep, there we go. Nice Laren. Haven't had Papa John's in a while. Papa John's is all right.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
it's
know.
okay.
What's your favorite pizza, Ken?
I I try not to eat too much pizza. I don't know. Uh
I
I
kind of want
guess
to ask some weird questions
Domino's.
tonight. I want to ask weird
I
questions.
think Domino's. I know
Domino's.
there's probably a ton like higher level pizzas that I could call out, but um I don't know, Domino's or Hometown. We have a place called Hometown buffet around here. It's a pretty good pizza place.
And funny enough, Domino's is the only one that has a Funko for their mascot, Tick Man.
Tick man. I
Tick
do like
Man.
me some Little Caesars too. I mean, I like it because it's cheap.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
well,
eat it and feel like garbage, but it only cost me $6. So the last thing I want is to pay $20 for a pizza and feel like garbage. It all makes you feel like garbage.
Honestly, Lopke, I was actually gonna like I actually expected Michelle to just kind of be next to Ken for this one tonight since we were gonna have Haley here originally. Kind of surprised she isn't there as well.
Somebody got to be up there watching the kids.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because now that I think about it, I've never seen her in your in your backdrop.
No, she's been in here. I don't know. We come in here to do the monthly audits
Oh,
where we
that's right.
film
That's right. But yeah,
my
like I'm
Blu-ray
talking about a live
pickups.
stream. Yeah, yeah.
And we'll do trailer reactions on our channel in here sometimes because I don't want to move all the shit because I have to move this computer into the other room every single time. My entire setup, I have to
Yeah.
move over there every single time I do something on that channel.
Yep.
So
Hey, Michelle in 4K, Born to be Rad. What's going on? My man Ken.
what's up, Garrett?
Hey. Married with Media. Thanks, Haley. Hope you get well soon. Yeah, because I mean, we can talk about it. You know about what Huck's trying to do, right? With the couples trivia.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So apparently all four of us are gonna be on that when he gets
I
that
think I think he invited her to be on a trivia one time, and she, I don't know if she declined or not. I don't know what happened there, but she didn't ever go on. She's like, I'll be terrible. She's deathly afraid. The thing about my wife is she doesn't really like going on stuff like without me being
okay.
there. I think she went on a battle one time. I think went on a 4KD Ray's battle
Nice.
as like one of the guest judges. Um, but yeah, when we're doing streams on our channel, like we have to make sure all the kids are okay upstairs, and like literally half the time my daughter's running down here and like interrupting us as we're streaming and stuff. It's really hard for us to both stream with them up there.
Yeah. Yep, I bet. Yeah, that part in JP too can see what I'm saying? I'm bad at this chat thing.
It
I
happens to me too.
oh, I mean for
I'll get
you,
like a half hour behind.
I was gonna say for you, it's next level how far behind you'll get.
I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I got to skip a couple.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel good to skip them. You know what I mean? Like when you see them there,
No.
it really doesn't.
I'm the thing is I'm so appreciative of everybody that comes in to the chat to hang out. Like it doesn't matter if I've got 20 people in there, 100 people in there, or 300 people in there like the other night. So I want to
Yep.
try to read everything, but it does get to a point where you just have to be like, all right, I have to kind of let this go and focus on what I need to do.
And not to kiss your ass too much, but you've brought the biggest audience we've had yet on one of these things. So
Oh, nice. Where we
there you
at?
go, man.
Where we at?
There you go. Right now, I think we're at 25.
All right.
Not
Y'all
bad.
better stay. Don't leave. Damn it.
You and I both know Vince Vaughn's a phenomenal dancer. Oh, what is that? Empire Records? Is that what he's talking about?
Um,
I don't understand what that
he's not in
comment.
Empire Records. No, that's I guess he's talking about the Lost World, but he doesn't dance in the Lost World.
Yeah.
So I don't. What does Vince Vaughn dance in? He dances in Wedding Crashers. That's the only thing I can think of that he dances in.
Yep. Hey, everyone's saying, hey, Sophie, how's everyone doing tonight? Sophie is doing great. Well, that's cool that you're referencing yourself. Wow, Ken, shocker. Well, that's a hot take there, Ken. Okay, about the Dominion thing. Yep. Jurassic
For
World is what
sure.
I wanted Jurassic Park to be when I was a kid. Yeah. Yep. And anytime I listen to that main theme, one, it takes me back to Universal Orlando because we're right up the road from it pretty much in Georgia. So we still have our annual passes to Universal and we're going constantly. So it just makes me feel like I'm at Universal Studios, but it also just makes me feel like I want to be somewhere other than where I am at the moment. Anytime I listen to the main theme from Jurassic Park.
And that's another. I love the score in Jurassic Park, but the Lost World score I think is better than the Jurassic Park score. I love the music in the Lost World too. There's so many things I just like more about that movie.
Yep. Hey, there's old Huck. Yes, a much more sane conversation. Yeah, Huck, I saw you were like, wait, I canceled trivia night for this.
We were all freaking out over there. Home Alone sucks. What? Are you kidding me?
Well, I actually would like to think Huck canceled because of this stream, because
He did.
on his stream
He
last
did.
week, he offered to do his stream tonight with the couples thing, and I was like, wait, hold on, that's not going to work because I'm not available and Ken and Michelle's not available.
Yeah.
So, but welcome, Huck. It's good to have you here. Are you going to do his second challenge? Because I'm already thinking about his second challenge.
Man, Huck made it difficult because now I have to go back and watch my A through Z video and remember all the ones that I picked before and make sure I don't pick them again.
Yep.
I'll do it, Huck, but I'm gonna fail. As long as you know that, because I'm gonna repick some stuff.
Yep.
I'm gonna repick some stuff. You made it difficult.
You did. Everyone's saying hey to Huck. Yeah, I have Empire Records on Blu-ray. Very cool. Sup, Dave Durant. There she is. All right, here we go. A question to everyone. Aside from anything Jurassic Park related, what is everyone's most controversial movie opinion? Oh boy, Ken, you got a controversial movie opinion?
I'm trying to think if I just have like an all-timer controversial movie opinion. Like I can think of some movies that's come out recently that I'm not a big fan of that everybody else seems to love. I don't really like Midsummer. And everybody, freaks out over that movie, it feels like.
I'm gonna okay, I think this is, and I've heard a couple other people say it. My controversial movie opinion is I genuinely only believe Heath Ledger won the Oscar because he died.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Genuinely.
mean, that could be true. I do think that performance is phenomenal. I do think he's one of the best villains that we've had in any comic book movie for sure. Is it Oscar worthy? I don't know. I'd have to remember like what came out that year and who else was up against him, but I don't know. You could be right about that.
Yep.
There's been some other great performances in genre films that don't get recognized at all, like Toni Collette in Hereditary. She should have won the Oscar for that, and she wasn't even recognized. So,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of a classic movie. Oh God,
like KB's question on his
Goonies.
on his conversation.
I'm not a big fan of Goonies.
Okay,
not a big fan of Goonies. It's okay, but I think I was late to the party on that one. I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I didn't grow up with it.
I'm definitely with you on that one. I still have to watch Gremlins because I know those are kind of like the two big Spielberg
I was like,
presents.
Goonies is okay. It's no it's no Gremlins. It's no what's the other kids movie? It's no Back to the Future. It's no
The Adventures in Babysitting. Is that one?
I just watched that recently. I really enjoyed that one.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that one.
Did you watch the original or did you watch the Disney Channel remake?
I didn't even know they had a remake. That was probably garbage. No, I watched the original one. I watched that was really fun. I liked that one a lot.
Yep.
Good question. Yeah, Goonies, I'm not a big fan.
Good question. I like that
I'm
one.
a big fan of.
Good evening, gentlemen. Lutalo Moore. What's going on, Lutalo? I don't enjoy Lost Boys at all, says Tony.
I can't give my thoughts on that. I watched it for the first time last night on 4K. I can't give my thoughts yet. I'm going to be reviewing that on the channel soon.
There we go. Maybe that's what Tony was trying to do. He was trying to get an early review.
It could be a controversial opinion. It could be not. I know Garrett's in the chat. Born to be Rad. That's like one of his favorite movies of all time. I don't want to disappoint him, but I might have to.
All right. Can you explain what Michelle's saying here? Is she saying all of Star Wars or just the first one?
She thinks Star Wars is overrated. I don't think she's given Star Wars a fair chance, if I'm being honest. She's probably seen it once, and it's when I made her watch it when we started dating like 15 years ago. So I don't think she's given Star Wars a chance. I think she watched The Force Awakens. We all saw it in the theaters. And that might be the only one of the new ones she's seen. I don't know if she saw any of the other ones.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, I don't think she's given it a fair chance. But, yeah, she thinks Star Wars is overrated, not that good.
There we go. Very controversial. Wait, there's another trivia game? How was I not invited? We need to chat. Yeah, it's not really trivia. It was bingo, and then it was like an actor naming game where you have an actor and you have to list off as many of the movies as that person's been in. So yeah, Huck, maybe you should join his Patreon. I don't know. It's $1 a month, I think. I don't know why I put a question mark after Garrett. Oh, back here. Yeah. Garrett. Huck, am I grounded? LOL, man. I'd say I'm not a big fan of Forrest Gump, even though I own the Steelbook.
Dave, Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
Well,
there
that's
we
all.
go.
He says I don't like Forrest Gump, and that's all I got to say about that.
Damn. Yep.
Forrest Gump is so good. I will never accept somebody that says Forrest Gump is overrated. Such a good movie.
Is Forrest Gump your favorite of the Tom Hanks, Robert Zemeckis collabs?
It is not. It's like I said, I got the Castaway pop. Castaway is my favorite.
Castaway, good.
Castaway is my favorite because that is Tom Hanks front and center the entire movie.
Yep.
Putting on a clinic. Like he's so good in that movie. I love that movie.
How many what they've done 4, right? They've done 4 movies. They've done
Well, I was thinking what's the other ones? Because that's the only 2 I can think of off the top of my head.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Okay, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Zemeckis animation run.
And then that new Pinocchio movie.
The new Pinocchio. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen
that.
I've heard horrible things about that.
That's all I can remember, but I'm sure I'm missing one. What about Bob Funko?
I did get the one. Yeah, Lapke got me the What About Bob Funko, and I will treasure it forever. That needs a Blu-ray immediately.
Heck yeah. It's blue, Dave. That's why you own the Steelbook. Aaron Johnson, the first Jurassic Park had a remarkable scene that I like where Dr. Grant and the other people see a giant brachiosaur. That's what's amazing about that. It's kind of like looking at a dino version of a giraffe. Very cool. Yeah. Is that the what the heck is is that the like the iconic scene where they're all like, is that what he's talking about? Is that what the brachiosaur is?
Yeah, I think he's talking about just the beat where, you know, Grant's getting out of the Jeep.
And he's like taking his glasses off and yeah. Okay.
Freaking out over it.
One of the all-time greats. One of the all-time greats. That's a really cool ET Funko. It's amazing. I don't take my Funkos out of the packaging, but this one I contemplated because I just want to see the detail of the thing. Plus, it makes me think of Universal, and every time I go on the damn ride, it's so cool.
I haven't been to you live in Florida, right?
We live in Savannah. We used to live in Florida.
Okay, you live in Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't been to Universal in a while, but I remember going when I was a kid. And that was always my favorite. I liked it better than Disney World.
Oh, 100%.
But Jaws was so freaking cool. I love Jaws the ride.
But the crazy thing is, because I've definitely heard you say this once or twice, is that it sounds to me like you went at a time where if you were to go now, you would almost not recognize the park.
No, I definitely wouldn't. I probably the last time I went was when I was like 16, maybe. I think my wife and I went on our honeymoon because my aunt has like condos and stuff down there. So every time we went down there as a kid, we would stay in those. And she gave those to us for a week on our honeymoon. And I don't think we went to Disney because I was like, I just want to go to Universal.
Yep.
So that was the last time I went. I think I was 22, and I'm not sure if they had Jaws then. No, when I remember going, I was 16, so that was probably 20 years ago. And I think they still had Jaws.
They had Jaws.
Yep. They had E.T. They had Twister, which was really cool. You just went in a building and saw a tornado come up and it started shaking and stuff.
Which is now Jimmy Fallon's ride.
Earthquake was awesome.
Which is now Fast and Furious.
And King Kong. Do they got King Kong still? That was awesome where he would grab you and shake you in the rail as you're on it.
They do have King Kong, but they have the Peter Jackson version over at the second park, Islands of Adventures.
Okay, yeah, I remember going to Islands of Adventure and riding I used to have an Incredible Hulk roller coaster T-shirt, and I would wear it like every day at school. So yeah, I like that ride, Islands of Adventure. I know they have like a Harry Potter world now.
They do, and they have the best roller coaster, in my opinion, the Hagrid roller coaster where you're on his motorbike.
They still have that Jurassic Park log flume Mile High Falls thing.
Yep. And the Velocicoaster.
The Velocicoaster. And then I also remember the Back to the Future ride. Do they still have that?
No, that's the Simpsons.
What about the E.T. ride? Is that still there?
That's the only one from day one that they're never going to get rid of.
That's the only one they kept?
Yep.
Okay. And that's where you met the Botanicus, E.T.'s cousin or
Botanicus.
something for the first time.
Yep. Welcome home. You've arrived.
Yeah, I remember that was a really cool ride though, because you were up in the air, you would look down and like you could clearly see that they were just little models on the ground. But if you didn't think about it too much, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm way up in the air. The little town's down there."
Yep. Yep. It's such a
Yeah,
good ride. It's and the smell of the ride. People actually put that smell in candles and sell the candle of the
they all
smell.
had smells. I feel like all the rides I remember having some kind of smell to them.
Oh, so
Like the
good,
King
man.
Kong one had like a Subway smell when you were walking in. I don't go in a lot of Subways, but I imagine it smelled like that.
It's so good. We're going down to Halloween Horror Nights in October to meet Durant and Tony. So you should
Nice.
come.
I
You
I
should come.
wish I could. I wish.
Have you ever been to
I
Halloween Horror Nights?
I have not. I've seen it, and I would love to come to something like that.
Oh
Maybe
man,
someday.
maybe one day. What do we got here? Ha, it's okay. You can go chopping tomorrow, Dave, but only one steelbook. I do enjoy blue, Tony. That's very true. Ken needs to collect everything ET. It's your identity, bro.
I've always loved DT, but I don't feel like it didn't become my identity until I just started talking about it on this channel a lot, and it kind of became where it became a thing was in the battles that I do over on 4KD Rage channel,
Okay.
because I started hyping it up and pulling it, and everybody just started associating me with ET, and I would start wearing ET shirts, and my name on there is mid-level phone home Ken. Is my name
Nice.
on there.
I love that.
So
That's great. What's funny is like when you say what your like one of your favorite movies is half the time I don't know if you're being legit or being sarcastic. So
It can be like that sometimes.
sometimes
Sometimes
I'm
I
like,
will.
is he actually being real that that's one of his favorite
Well,
movies?
people joke with me. They're like, "You say that 100 movies are in your top 20 movies of all time." I'm like, "It's like that sometimes. Like, there's a lot of great movies out there. It's hard
There it
to
is.
nail it down." I am gonna nail it down by the end of the year. I'm doing a top 100 on
Oh
my
shit.
channel,
Oh
and
wow.
I'm gonna put it to rest. I did a top 50 on my Instagram like 2 or 3 years ago, so that's what my list is now. But I'm gonna change it this year because I've seen so many movies for the first time since then.
Alrighty, all right. Dead rumors. Damn, Dave, you're a celebrity now. Yep. I keep coming back from the dead like the damn Undertaker.
Raises up.
Let's see here. Huck, Ken, LOL, Pops, effing is okay. Best word streaming tonight. Well, that was like I keep saying it, but when James from 20th and 21st was on here, I got him to say twerking, and I never thought I'd hear James
I love James so much.
for that damn She-Hulk show. Which we have officially determined is now called She-Huck because of Huck. So
She-Hulk.
She-Huck.
I think him and Huck are the only two watching it in the community keep hyping it up.
Yeah.
Like, I still love it.
Yep.
I'm like, well,
Uh,
I ain't watching it.
what do we got here? Oh, Willy Wonka scared you. Oh, it's 100% a freaky movie. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and the tunnel
With
scene.
the chicken, yeah, the
Rowing, rowing,
chicken getting its head
rowing.
decapitated.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. 100%. I am actually really excited because it's like $6.99 on Amazon or something like that. The Team America Blu-ray. So it's
Where'd you find it?
on Amazon.
Oh, you got it for 6. Oh, I probably need to get that then.
Yep. And I picked up South Park Bigger, Longer Uncut for like the same price, I think.
I found that on DVD at a Goodwill, so I scooped it up just so I could have it because I remember loving that movie. God, when I saw that movie in theaters, how old was I? Probably like 13 or something, and it was just like the best thing ever. I was laughing the entire time, I remember.
Yeah, they got some
Um,
crazy Funko Pops that I want for that show. They have Terrence and Phillip, which
yeah, that
oh my god.
theatrical experience was, like, next level. Like, when the Uncle Effer song came on, it was just like the whole theater was going crazy.
Where do you have to be in terms of like watching the show? Can you like be watching like can you watch that movie and not be far along in the show? Is there a continuity? Because I really know there's not like a whole
For
continuity.
South Park?
Yeah, like there's
Bigger,
not a
Longer,
lot of
Uncut? So
continuity.
they came out with that movie, I feel like I mean, shit, probably the season 2 of South
Oh, okay.
Park. It was very early on. I think South Park had only been off for maybe a year or so before that thing went into development.
Okay.
It really popped in the beginning, so they made a movie. It wasn't like The Simpsons, where The Simpsons went for, like, 20 seasons and they
And
said,
then
"Oh,
the
let's
movie
make a
came out.
movie." They
Yeah.
did that, like, very early on.
Okay.
But no, I don't think, obviously, it helps to watch the show and know all the you know, the characters and everything and the tropes of the show, but
Yep.
I don't think you have to watch it.
The best character, my favorite character on that show is the guidance counselor, the one that goes, okay, okay.
Good, Mr. Mackey. Yeah.
He's great. Ken, get ready for some pizza, Leo.
I'm always ready for pizza.
Uh,
No, I'm not. Actually, as I get older, you know, it messes with my stomach. You gotta watch what you eat, you know. I'm 36. I'm getting ready to be 37. It's
okay,
like
I'm about to be 30 this year, so not.
you just start eating stuff that you could eat in your 20s, and it's just God, what happened?
I'm scared, man. I'm
Crazy.
scared. I have a killer metabolism, and I'm afraid one
Yeah,
day
you look like you got a killer metabolism. I do not. If I eat one French fry, my ass jiggles for a week. Like it just I have to fight to maintain this right here.
someone
Like
can
I literally eat like tuna and crackers and pretzels and shit all the time.
can
Like I
someone
try
clip
to
that?
eat good, but I'm
Can someone
still
clip
like,
that real quick?
yeah.
I need a
That's I can't take credit for that. That's what Adam Sandler says in Big Daddy, but I've always said that.
I was gonna say that sounds like a Sandler line.
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
Sandler
and
line.
and I was trying to think, did he say it in Click? Because I know he eats fries in Click.
Yeah.
Something smells like stale French fries. Christopher Walken, he's amazing. Michelle's off taking care of business, working hard, while Ken is off playing with his friends in the basement.
It's pretty much. She gets on me all the time for it.
Oh my god. Do you have any haters that say you're dead yet?
Not yet. I'm hoping to get those soon, though. It sounds like fun.
Oh man, I might just always feel like crap and don't know it because I eat only junk. Yeah, Laren, you got to fix that, man. You got to fix that.
I don't eat terrible, but I always feel like crap too. My thing is I just don't get enough sleep, I feel like.
She didn't know she was invited. Well, you're right upstairs. Come down.
Yeah, come on down if you can get the kids to sleep or just let them
Yeah,
roam free.
say hello.
Yeah.
I'll agree, even though I've never seen heavy metal. Damn, we're on heavy metal still. The calculator is rigged in the monthly audit, says Gary. That's
I
funny.
think so too. I think she is rigging the calculator. You're right.
That is one of the best. Like when Huck was on, I said that his consolidations are some of my favorite videos from him, and
Oh yeah.
your monthly audits are definitely some of your best videos. It's just the the
Yeah.
deadpanness of Michelle, and then you're trying to defend it all the time.
Well,
And
the how that came about was I do the month like I always did the end of the month Blu-ray haul, and I was like, "Why am I doing these?" I'm like, I'm just showing shit off again that I just showed off all month long." And that's what we all do, like on YouTube, every Bluetuber stuff that does. And let me show my March Blu-ray haul
yep,
and April Blu-ray haul. And I was like, I just don't think I need to do this anymore. But I was like, wait a sec, what if I bring my wife into this and have
it's
her
clever.
react to my spending? I was like, but that sounds
Um,
very dangerous because before those audits, she did not know the exact amount that I spent on movies every month. I didn't even know. So it's really been kind of eye-opening at the same time, but it's also scary because I don't know what I spent when I go into them either. So I don't know. Right. There's been some very heavy conversations that have taken place after those.
I was gonna say, okay, so we're gonna get like into a real heavy conversation here. Like when I watch those, I actually think like the mindset of Michelle is probably like, man, we could have gone on like a killer vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could have
The
gone to
kid
Italy or something.
I wanted hardwood floors upstairs. Like she wants a lot like we need to get a fence in the backyard because we got a new dog.
Yeah,
You
man,
know, all kinds of stuff, home improvements and things like that. And
that's wild.
I'm wasting money on movies.
That's all right.
But you
It's
know,
all right. Like you say, like she hasn't divorced you, so I mean,
not yet. She gave me the price point of divorcing. It was 1,500. So as long as I could stay under that, I was like, "You're in trouble now because I'm gonna go 1,400 next month."
but you guys are high school sweethearts, right? From the sound of it.
Yep.
Nice.
God, she was 16 and I was 17 or
Wow.
18, something like that.
You
Yeah.
100%, you 100% get that. 100%.
Yeah. All the way back.
That's the, audience clapping, right? I can't hear it. I can't hear it. That's the
Yep.
audience
Yeah. They were
clapping?
clapping. They were clapping,
Okay.
cheering,
I have a
hooting, hollering.
soundboard, and I don't have it labeled, so sometimes
A soundboard. You're legit over there. I need to get me a soundboard.
it would have sucked if I said, "This is 100% for you."
That's what I need at the end of the audits every month.
There you go. Wah, wah, wah. Do you guys like milk? I mean, it's alright.
That's why you're in such great shape, Dave.
I like oat milk, actually. Oat milk is pretty underrated.
Yeah, milk's all right. You know,
Yeah.
I like milk in my bowl of cereal.
I will say tonight I'm drinking I don't drink a whole lot of soda, but I have I'm trying the Nitro Pepsi. Have you tried Nitro Pepsi?
No, I told you I try to eat and drink good. Like I don't drink soda or anything like that. If I do, it's a diet soda.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's basically like a flat soda because they get rid of the carbonation. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting.
All like sugar sodas and stuff, they're like way super heavy on my stomach. So I stopped drinking them a while ago. Every now and then I'll have a little something. I was addicted to the gamer fuel back in the day, Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if you
yeah.
used to play Halo or Call of Duty and
But I
stuff,
no,
but
but I
I
remember
was
it.
like addicted to those games back in like my early 20s, and I would down some gamer fuel and get those points for like double XP and all that.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. I'm nervous for the energy drink generation to see what that's going to do down the
Yeah.
road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like my energy drinks too, but I try to regulate it to just 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, you really got to. I mean, I looked at the ingredients on this Nitro Pepsi. It's like 63 grams of sugar.
Yeah. And I drink these things
It's
called
killer.
Zevias, which is kind of like a diet soda is what it tastes like, but they're supposed
Okay.
to not have all the bad stuff that makes that they put in the non-sweeteners for the Diet Cokes.
Like the aspartame and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huck, I was going for an all-female trivia. Michelle was one of my must-haves with Mel, Mika, and Miss Jess. Still hoping to make that happen. All right. Well, Michelle, there it is right there. That's
I'll
what he was
try to
doing.
get her on board, Huck.
We love and appreciate Michelle. Yeah, she's great. She's cool.
The thing about my wife though is she likes movies. She does like movies, but she's not like hardcore in it like some of the other movie communities. So she kind of feels a little out of her element and stuff um, when it comes to that. And like collections, like she could give two shits about any of the stuff that's behind me right here. She does that. She's like, "Why do you buy all that? Like, there's we literally can stream it."
I mean, that's
She doesn't
literally not to
understand.
speak for her, but like that's literally like Haley is also like a cinephile, but she
Yeah,
doesn't collect movies. Like she's not
yeah.
physical media. So
Yeah. I mean, my wife
it's
loves movies. We've always watched movies together. We've always watched, she loves TV. I'd say we probably watch more TV together than movies.
okay.
Um, but yeah, she's not like super into the movies. So she feels a little out of her element when it comes to like a trivia challenge show.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I'm excited for that couples because I'm kind of curious how Huck is gonna figure out who goes and you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
I drink at least a pint a day of milk. Wow, Laren. Good lord. Milk, get those bones strong, Dave. Lopke sending hearts to Lopke. I do. I drink just about when you eat my meals at home. All right, Dave. Dave, milk is for babe. Milk is for
Milk is for dick.
babies.
Who did he
That's in
say
a
that to?
that's in a pumping iron, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, and then he talks about how it's like he goes to the gym. It's like coming. Going to the gym is like coming.
That
Oh man,
motherfucker.
it's great. When is YouTube going to make it where you can like comments in the chat? That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea.
They should hire you at YouTube.
That's a good
They
idea.
should.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you ever okay, so from one content creator to another, obviously you're more seasoned and you have a lot more content. But this is like I'm sure you think about this. Do you ever wake up one day and just think to yourself, what if I just wake up and this is all gone?
What, like the channel?
The channel, the content, the videos, it's all gone.
Yeah, I thought about that before, and what I think about it, would I be devastated? I would probably just be like, "Oh, I'm done with that." That's I guess I'm just going back to just watching stuff for fun
So
instead of to just give my thoughts on it to people on the internet.
okay, so you would just pack your bags and
Yeah, what else am I gonna do? I mean, is YouTube still around, or are you saying YouTube shut down, or maybe
okay,
just my
well,
channel's gone?
let's say two. Like so, the first scenario is your channel is just not gone. It's just the content is wiped,
Content's wiped, but the
but your
channel's still
channel's
there?
still there. Yeah, your channel's still there.
Well, I would be having a heavy conversation with YouTube over that. I bet your ass about that. And then I guess my first video would be, "What the fuck, YouTube? Why'd you erase all my content?" And I would try to get all my subscribers back and go viral with it. I don't know. It just depends. Would I be up for the fight to get it all back? And I
Yeah.
don't know. That's weird. It would be very discouraging. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
And the only reason I ask is because I know it happened to Dave. I know it happened to Durant Cinema. He went on one day and half of, not all of it, but half of his videos were wiped.
What
And
happened?
I don't know, Dave, let us know. And I think
Did
he
he get him
contacted.
back?
I don't think he did. No, I think he lost them all.
What the
Um,
hell?
but I told him, I was like, you can like set up different security measures on your YouTube. You can have like the two-factor authentication. You can do all that kind of stuff. And I don't think he had it enabled at the time. So
Yeah.
you just gotta watch out with that stuff, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, I do everything on my phone, like everything. So I can't keep all this stuff saved on my phone. Like when I upload it, it's deleted.
It's
Like
deleted. No,
it's
no,
gone.
same.
So it's all
Same.
up on YouTube.
Yep.
But yeah.
But then the other thing, okay, so then the other one is when you would pack your bags if YouTube just decided to quit.
Yeah, I mean, because you know what else are you gonna do?
Yep. You wouldn't go to like another like
Go
platform.
on Twitch or I'm sure I would do something, you know, I maybe would start going live on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. I used to go live on TikTok or on Instagram all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Um,
about it from time to time. I'm like, because it's nice to see it all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't watch it and be like narcissistic, but I like knowing it's all there. And then like,
oh yeah, yeah,
it's like, man, what if one day it's just all gone?
just all good. Yeah, that would be something.
Yep.
But
Dave
yeah, if it
asks
was,
for milk. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but yeah, that would I don't know. I'd probably have to pack it in. I'd
All
probably have
right.
to be done.
Those challenges do seem to get harder as you go along. What's that in reference to? Damn it. Oh, Huck. Oh, Huck. Okay. Hey, Tony, Mizzy, Dave, Mika, Garrett, Lopke, Gary, Laren, and all other you beautiful people. I thought he was going to invite them onto a trivia night. That's where I thought that comment was going.
Come on, come on.
Yeah. Controversial opinion. Back to the Future 3 is the best. I've only ever seen the
I
first one.
I don't agree, but by God, I love Back to the Future 3. I think it's probably my second favorite after the first one.
I am
I love
excited.
them all, though. It's like picking a favorite kid with those movies. I literally love them all so much. But
I'm
again,
excited.
it's another situation where Back to the Future is just too big of a movie. It's just too iconic to put
Now,
either one over it. But Back to the Future 3 is awesome.
now, Castaway or Back to the Future?
Back to the Future, yeah. Back to the Future is in my top 3 of all time.
All right. So that's your favorite Zemeckis movie?
Yeah, and then my second favorite Zemeckis movie is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
That's
Wow.
I love that movie. I've been watching another one I've been watching since I was like 4 or 5, and it doesn't age. Like it's still just as great now as it was back when I was a kid for different reasons.
Well, at least you didn't say Beowulf.
No, I was never a fan of that Beowulf and Polar Express and
And
that whole
Christmas Carol.
Zemeckis era.
Christmas
I was
Carol.
like, what are you doing, Robert?
That was weird, wasn't it? Where he like got into that motion
Yeah.
capture phase for 3 movies. He like just went
And
on a motion
he
capture.
hasn't ever recovered from that. Like I know I haven't seen didn't he do the movie Flight with Denzel Washington? I
Yeah, he
haven't s- I haven't
did.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
movie, but I've heard people say good things about it. Also The Walk. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a
Damn,
lot
he
of
did
later
do The
Zemeckis
Walk.
movies.
He did do The Walk. The Walk was great. I saw that in theaters. That's a movie like sort of like
Yeah.
Fall. That
The
movie
new
Fall.
one. Yeah, I
Those are
haven't
the
seen that one
movies.
either.
Those are the movies you see in theaters. The Walk was
Yeah.
good. I like The Walk.
I need to check both of those out. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I might not have even because he did that one with Steve Carell and everybody paying that one, and then he did Witches, which I didn't even watch because I heard horrible
And,
things, and then Pinocchio, I don't even want to watch because I've heard horrible things about that. So
yeah,
I
he's
can't
kind
waste
of
my
on a
time.
downward spiral, isn't he?
Yeah, it sucks. He just keep. I know he's probably got to make some money, but he just keeps like, you know, dwindling his legacy.
Poor Zemeckis. Oh, stop with Midsummer, Ken. That gimmick is played out now.
It's not a gimmick, Garrett. Movie
I hate
sucks.
Midsommar, a pretentious film. I still need to see
Yeah,
Midsommar.
it really is.
Hey, there you go, Durant. I thought I was the only one who didn't care for Goonies.
You're not.
Ken saw Midsommar once, haven't had the desire to rewatch it. It's that is a bizarre movie. I will say I watched it as well. I had it on Blu-ray. I got rid of it. So,
Midsummer.
yep, Midsummer. I don't even know how you say it.
It was just like so clear, like what they were trying to do with that movie. Let's just be weird and out there to be weird and out there. And then it was like it's people are like it's so artsy and such a great such a great movie. And I'm like, it just comes down to being like a slasher movie by a certain point, and then it just does a bunch of weird shit for the sake of doing it and has nothing to do with the story.
Which is a
Um,
shame because I love a movie that has to deal with like cults and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
cults are
yeah.
like great subject matter. Like they really are.
Well, the
Um,
original Wicker Man is a great movie, and that's basically what Midsummer's trying to rip
trying to
off.
be.
Um,
Have you seen that the segment in VHS 2 that's about a cult?
yes, I love that movie. That's a great segment.
That
That's the
is one of
centerpiece of that movie.
that is one of the scariest things I think I've ever seen. You and I share the sentiment that found footage is the scariest genre
It
because
is. It's just so real. And it just
that
really puts
move
you in it. It's
that
immersive.
segment screwed me up.
Oh, yeah. I watched VHS and VHS 2 back to back for the first time. I think they were both on Netflix. So I streamed them both and I watched them both back to back in a dark room by
Oh,
myself at like midnight. And
no.
that was an experience. Like both of those movies, I was like, oh my God, it's like the scariest shit I've ever seen. I love them. Love them.
Yep.
And then I watched VHS Viral and I was like, oh God, what are you guys doing?
And then
This sucks.
94? Have you watched 94?
94 I dug, but 94 wasn't really that scary. And I've
Okay.
kind of made Ratman a thing on my channel now, so that kind of takes
Oh,
away
that's
from the
right.
scariness of it as
That's
well.
right. That's right.
But and then there's like one segment in there that kind of reminded me of like a Final Fantasy game or something, like with the big. Have you seen that one?
I've only ever seen VHS 2 for some reason. I haven't even seen the
Okay, I don't
first
want
one.
to spoil it for you. It's good. Like there's a segment in a morgue in VHS 94 that is pretty creepy.
Okay.
But that's probably the only one out of those 4 segments.
And then I think they
VHS is awesome though. You have got to watch that one
I have
if
it.
you haven't seen that.
Yep, I
Yeah,
got it. It'll be the October watch.
yeah.
And I think they announced 99,
Yeah,
VHS
they did. I'm
99.
excited. Like I said, I like 94, so that's they're on an
Yep.
upward trend
Yep.
now. So
Ken doesn't like Lost Boys only because he was in his 30s when he finally watched.
probably. Not saying I didn't like it though.
Yeah,
Not
that
saying I
is
didn't like
interesting, right? Like some of those movies that are like, geared towards like a certain age demographic you're supposed to be when you watch them and you watch them in your like late 20s, 30s. It is weird that you're like, most likely not going to appeal with it. Like you're going to
it. Yeah.
not vibe with it. And had you watched it 10 years prior, you probably it would be your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of movies are just very nostalgic based, but some are not. Like The Karate Kid. I watched that for the first time like 3 or 4 years ago and I absolutely loved it. And it's like one of my favorite movies of all time now.
Damn.
Um, so some can stand the test of time and hold
What,
up.
you haven't watched Cobra Kai?
I watched me and my son started watching at the beginning of last year and I think we got to like episode 4 and I was like, "Are you digging this or you want to stop watching?" Cuz I don't want to make him watch something he doesn't want to. He's like, "Ah, I'm good." I just want to play Fortnite some more. So, and my wife's not into watching stuff like that at all. And if she's not into watching something, um, then I don't usually watch a lot of TV on my own because
Yep.
I usually all my time has to be dedicated to like trying to watch movies and watch new Blu-rays and 4Ks that are coming out.
Yep. The Goonies is way better than anything Star Wars. Cool, cool. Castaway is excellent. It's absolutely excellent.
Brilliant
Um,
film.
Pinocchio looked great, but it completely missed the point of Pinocchio. It really did, especially when you got Tom Hanks involved. Yeah, it's sad to hear that, but I don't know who was asking for a Pinocchio. Like, I don't really understand who was dying to see Pinocchio.
The thing is that Hanks has still got it. I don't know if you saw that. There was a Apple TV Plus original movie came out last year, and it was called The Finch, and that was a really good movie, and it had Tom Hanks in it. It was like post-apocalyptic. It
Oh
was a
wow.
good movie. So he can
He
still act.
but he did another one for Apple TV, right? It was like about a ship or something.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
I didn't see
That
that
never
either.
really appealed to me.
Nope. Nope. And has anybody followed up with Tom Hanks after the back the off?
Oh, what I forget about that. I remember hearing
Some
about
guy
that.
like
What
stepped on
happened?
his like wife or something and like she fell over or something.
Oh, well, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Back the and then like there was
Tom
a
Hanks can say whatever the fuck he wants at this point. He's Tom
it's
Hanks.
amazing because there's a great YouTube channel called Double Toasted, and
I do like them. I'm subscribed to them.
okay, you're subscribed to them. When they reacted to that, they put that audio clip over Woody yelling at Buzz in Toy Story, "You are a toy, you are a toy," and it matches up beautifully when he says, "Back the."
Yeah,
It's great. It's so good.
that's awesome.
Here's another one. What classic movie for some reason you haven't seen? Or what's a classic movie you haven't seen
Oh,
for some
God,
reason?
that's so many. I get
Yeah,
shit all the time on my channel for not seeing stuff.
that's a
And I'll,
loaded
I'll
question.
like the Lost Boys recently. But the thing is that if I think that it's gonna come to 4K or Blu-ray or something soon, I won't watch it. Like even if it's on streaming, as I'll be like, ah, it's coming out on 4K in a couple of months, and I've got to, I try to prioritize what I watch based on like what physical media releases are coming out. But yeah, there's a ton of them. Fright Night is like a classic horror movie I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't?
Um,
Oh, wow.
that
That's
everybody
that's
will
a
give me
treat.
some crap about. But
That's a
like
treat.
literally every single week on the physical media report, I'm calling out like a classic movie that's coming to 4K that I've never seen. You've never seen this, and you have a movie channel? What? You should just go ahead and take yourself off YouTube right now, and you call yourself a movie expert. You haven't seen this. It's like,
Yep.
first off, I've never called myself a movie expert by any means. My name is Mid-Level Media for a reason. It's because it's not expert
Yeah, it's because
level
you're in the
media.
middle.
It's because I'm a mid-level guy that hasn't, seen everything, doesn't know everything about film and movies and all that stuff.
I would say The Godfather, and it's just because of the breadth of that film and the sequel. It's like these are some of the greatest movies of all time, and when that's the status, I
Yeah.
feel I kind of actually feel shy to watch it because I'm like, what if I don't like it? Like, what if I think this is actually like absolute dog shit? And
Yeah.
you know,
I will say I watched The Godfather for the first time 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't love it. Rewatched it recently when the 4Ks came out, and then I watched Godfather 2 for the first time, and I loved the first one, and it is worth every bit of hype that everybody says about it. It is one of the greatest movies of all time. So I do absolutely recommend watching it,
yeah.
and just getting lost in that story. But I understand some people watch it and they'll be like, "Oh, this is slow, blah blah blah." So it just depends on like what you. Have you ever seen Goodfellas?
Nope, nope.
A lot of people compare it to that because Goodfellas is a mob movie and it's just so much more like faster paced. And be like, I'd rather watch Goodfellas, but I like a good like slower story. And I don't know, it's just such a compelling story with great characters and lots of heart and emotion. And yeah, it's one of the best of all time for sure.
I gotta get on it. Gotta get on it, especially because they just released Funkos for it. So and
Yeah.
anytime that happens, I'm like, all right, that's
And
the
watch Goodfellas too.
that's the
Goodfellas is
kicker.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I want to. Does Durant like Sophie? Sophie likes Durant. I'm telling you, watch out for Sophie. I'm telling you, it's
I
coming.
think I saw the Durant hater in here already.
Oh, really? Damn, I'm that far back. All right, hold on. Haley, I
She was a
haven't
little
seen any
bit.
of the Godfather movies. That's weird. I didn't even look at Dave's comment. That's weird. Um, Scarface, Casino, much more. Well, it just sounds like you're not into Scorsese or mob stuff. That's a
I mean, I hadn't
kind of
seen
sounds
any of
like.
those until a couple of years ago. Like I've seen so much just from starting this channel and talking about movies and just wanting to gain more knowledge on stuff. Because when I was a kid, all I watched was comedies and horror movies and
Yeah.
like just nostalgia movies that I grew up with. Like I wasn't watching The Godfather and Scarface when I was like 13 or 14. Like I was
Yep.
watching Kevin Smith movies and just watching stupid movies that I could have fun with. But
Oh, speaking of Kevin Smith, for my Z for Huck's first challenge, the Z, Zach and Miri make a porno.
it's great. Yeah.
It is so good. Oh my god. I think that is my favorite Kevin Smith
I
movie.
don't know if I have that. I think I have that on Blu-ray. I think I have it on Blu-ray. Yeah, that's a fun movie, man. That's
So good.
the 2000s is like probably my favorite time period for comedies. Like it was just I know there were some great comedies in 80s and 90s, but like 2000s with the Apatow stuff, 40-Year-Old Virgin and
Knocked
Super
Up.
Bad, and that was like right in my sweet spot. Like high school, early 20s, like
Yep.
I was down for all that stuff.
Yep. I kind of want to see his new movie, Apatow, the one that's like about COVID. It's what the hell is
Oh,
it
it's
called?
horrible. Don't watch it.
It's bad.
It's that's I was so shocked. I was like, "How did Apatow?" Like Apatow hasn't always had bangers, but I was like, "How did he?" Because funny people I don't love. I was like, "How did Judd Apatow make a movie this fucking bad. Like it's so awful, so awful.
Well,
But watch it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll
it's
like
probably
it.
because it was rushed, right? Because he wanted to capitalize on the COVID thing.
Yeah, and it's like by the time we watched it this year, and I was like, COVID's been around for over 2 years by the time we watched it. I was like, this is so played out that this all of these jokes I've seen done better on like memes and stuff on Instagram and TikTok videos and shit like that.
And
Like this
Borat
is not
too.
original. Like all the jokes y'all are bringing up, I've already heard like a year and a half ago.
Yep.
So
And Borat too. Borat 2 might be the best COVID movie that I've seen.
Borat 2 was fun. I liked it. I haven't seen the original Borat since it came out, so but I did like the sequel. It was
Yeah.
fun.
It was good. It was so good. And I was nervous because I was like, man, you got big shoes to fill with that first Borat.
Yeah.
And
I can't remember
and
if I saw that in the theaters or not. I don't think I did. I think I saw it at home on video
yeah.
when it came out.
I'm actually not tempted to because I know they have a Blu-ray for Borat. It's somewhere. Like I don't know. It's like it's not that popular. It's hard to find. I don't even think I want to upgrade it to Blu-ray because it's the disc itself looks like a bootleg disc. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, on the DVD?
Like for
I don't
Borat,
I
yeah.
think I might have that on DVD. I
And
don't know.
and I'm afraid that if they upgrade it to Blu-ray, they're gonna get rid of that. They're just gonna put, like a standard disc.
Probably.
And that's like
Probably be
that's
generic.
yeah, like that's part of the appeal to it. You open it up and you're like, wait, why does this look like a bootleg?
Yeah.
And it just works for it.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind,
I haven't
Casablanca.
seen Gone with the Wind either.
Yeah.
So many Hitchcock movies, but I remedied that a little bit this year. I saw North by Northwest and Rear Window and some of those movies for the first time. There's a lot of Hitchcock classics I haven't seen.
Yep. Think we found our troll, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? Where is it? Damn it! I want to highlight it. Did they already remove it? Wow. Wait, hold on. It doesn't. But when it shows up in StreamYard, it should stay in StreamYard.
It should.
Huh. Anyways, I'm sure I'll get it at some point. ET Ride rocks. It does. It does. Born to be Brad. What's his name in Born to be Brad?
Garrett.
Garrett. It's 100%. If they touch ET, like if they get rid of ET, I think people will riot. Like I really think people will riot because that's the one ride at Universal from
Because it's
day one.
ET.
But from day one, it's the only attraction because they have the horror makeup show that's also from day one, but that's not like an attraction, that's a show. So it's the only
Why the
ride.
hell did they get rid of Jaws? Like Jaws was so awesome. It's crazy.
I miss it 100%. I miss it, but man, they put in Diagon Alley there, and it's like it's hard to like say,
Yeah.
when you see it, when you see Diagon Alley, you're like, oh, okay, oh, okay, all right, this makes sense. This makes sense. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like when outing Hollywood at Universal Studios Hollywood, they had the Terminator show and they closed that and they replaced it with the Minions. It's not like that.
God.
It's not like that. So,
Speaking of Minions,
uh-oh.
I did get a copy of Minions from Universal, The Rise of Gru.
Hold on. Let's
to review and talk about on my channel soon. And I'm really looking forward to watching this. It's got a lovely spine right there. Look at the work. Look at the bonus features. You get 2 mini movies, Postmodern Minions, Minions and Monsters, extended scenes, outtakes, Minion martial arts. Sorry, I'm reading this off the screen. So Liar Flare, make your own Minion hideout, and much, much more. I may have added a much there. But yeah. Phenomenal film.
That's amazing.
Phenomenal film. Wear a suit and tie when you watch it.
And the ride's fun.
That was an exclusive showcase of Minions, The Rise of Gru.
Oh wow.
On your channel. I won't do it anywhere else but here.
Hell yeah. Did you get Poltergeist early? I think you did, right?
I did.
Damn
I did.
Damn
I watched half of it last night because my Lost Boys was a priority because I'd never seen it. So I watched that in 4K first, and then I watched half of Poltergeist and fell asleep. But I've seen Poltergeist so many times, it's not even funny. I love that movie.
Let's see here. I have yet to see Avatar. We are fixing that. We're fixing that when it comes back in theaters. We're fixing that.
You ain't missing much.
Hey, look, you're talking to my favorite filmmaker of all time is James Cameron. So
have you seen it? You've seen Avatar, haven't you?
100%. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
I remember that was like one of the first movies I remember I actively hated on, and I would not see it because everybody talked about it. They were like, go see Avatar. I was like, nah, I'm good. I won't see it. And then
And
I think 6 months later, I watched it on TV at home. I was like, "Yeah, it's okay." Everybody's like, "You should have saw it in the theater."
oh
I'm
yeah,
like, "Yeah,
100%.
probably."
100%. So I hope you'll go back and see it in theaters because it's a different
For
experience.
sure, for
It's a
sure.
different experience.
I'll try to see it in theaters. Because that's a movie I can take my kids to. Usually, I don't have a problem going to see those now. Me and my wife were trying to go see a horror movie. Like, we saw
Mhm.
Pearl on Friday night just because my wife got a wild hair up her ass and said, "All right, I'm gonna take the kids to my mom. Let's go to the theaters tonight." I was like, "What? You never do this." And then we went and saw Pearl, which is pretty
Nice.
good. I like Pearl.
Um, I have a feeling, and I'm gonna say it here. I have a feeling everyone's speculating whether the sequels to Avatar are gonna be successful or not. They're gonna be successful. I have a feeling they're gonna like a lot of people that hate on Avatar. I have a feeling they're gonna walk out of there and they're gonna be like, all right, you know what? I'm back on board, and now I don't have to wait 10 more years for the next one because it's gonna
Yeah.
come next year.
It's so risky, man. It's so risky, and, like, if any other filmmaker or property was doing it, you'd be like, "This is gonna massively bomb."
Fail, but it's Cameron, and he
But it's
proves everybody
Cameron, and,
wrong.
you can't go against Cameron. Like, I
Can't.
mean, Titanic, one of the highest grossing films of all time, then he put Avatar out, the highest grossing film of all time. It's like, I don't know what he's gonna do to make it happen this time, but if anybody can do it, it's him.
Yep.
Um,
I'm just upset that he's dedicated his whole life to Avatar.
I am too.
I ki
It's
I
I
I
just I just want I just want another Terminator movie from James Cameron
I don't.
that's not
I
big
don't.
and grandiose and convoluted. I just want a very small scale Terminator movie. Just take it back to the basics like Cameron can do it one more time.
I want something along the lines of True Lies that's out of left
Yeah, that'd be
field for
cool.
him. You know what I mean? That's like, wait, hold on, Cameron did this? That's what I want. Terminator, a couple of years ago, I would have agreed with you, but after watching Dark Fate, I was like, all right, Terminator's dead.
And I
It's
was
dead.
hoping Dark Fate would be that. It would be a little bit more smaller scale because it kind of looked like it was going to be that. And you saw Tim Miller was directing it, that did Deadpool, and I was like, I think he's going to take it back small scale. But Dark Fate, I liked it. It was fine, but it just felt like Terminator 2. The problem with the Terminator franchise is they did Terminator 2, and it's one of the best movies of all time.
Exactly.
And ever since that movie, they've been trying to replicate that movie over and over and over again. And you can't do it because the movie's just too good.
Yeah.
You'll never be as good as Terminator 2. So why are you trying every single time? I mean, at least Salvation tried to do something different, but
Yep. That's why I'm like, all right, and I'm a hardcore Terminator fan. I have a life-size endo bust. I have all this stuff, man. It's like my bread and butter kind of thing. When I had a podcast back in the day, it was called Terminator 101, and it was all leading up to Dark Fate. I had Michael Bean on my podcast. I
nice.
dude, I eat and breathe Terminator.
Would you believe if I told you that I watched Terminator 2 since I was like 6 or 7 years old, but I only watched the first Terminator for the first time like 5 years ago? I did
Damn.
not grow up with that movie, but I watched Terminator 2 like 100 times when I was a kid, and I would never watch the Terminator because I was like, I don't want to see Arnold as
Arnold
the
is a
bad
bad
guy
guy. Yep,
because
yep.
that's what I always heard. I was like, he's the hero, and that's how he's going to be in my mind forever. I never want to watch that movie. So when I finally watched the Terminator, I was like, oh my god, this movie's so good.
Yeah.
And I watched it earlier this year, and I have such a tough time in my mind now trying to pick like which one I like better, like Terminator or the Terminator, Terminator 2 or the
That's
Terminator, because they're
that's
both so
where
great in different ways. Like the first Terminator is like a straight up like slasher movie, and Arnold's so mean and nasty and so villainous in that movie. I love him.
That's why it was a stream I was watching. I think you might have been a part of it as well. But I was like, the best 1-2 cinematic punch of all time is Terminator and Terminator 2. And someone was like, wait,
Yeah,
hold on. What about, Godfather 1, Godfather 2? I'm like, in my mind, you can't top the 180ing of two main characters from film to film.
yeah,
Cameron 180s characters twice from Terminator 1 to 2 when it's Arnold and Linda. You get two totally different people in two different movies, yet it's the same actor,
yeah.
and it's incredible, man. It's
To be
absolutely
fair, my Al
incredible.
Pacino as Michael Corleone does have one hell of a character arc from Godfather to Godfather 2. But what I will say is I don't enjoy Godfather 2 as much as the first Godfather. A lot of people would say that's their favorite. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Both
Yep,
both the Terminators I would probably put up there above the Godfather.
yep. I always wanted to do Terminator 2 3D ride. Oh my god. Did you ever get to do that, Ken? The T2 3D show?
No, they must have brought that in after I was going.
It was
I
like
don't know.
96, I think it came in 96.
Maybe. I might remember it being there. I just don't know if we ever did it.
It was great because Cameron came back. He directed it. It was like a short film with a live action stunt show kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I might remember that. I don't
And
know if we ever did it though.
now that's replaced with the Jason Bourne show. It's the Bourne Stuntacular. So, oh, let's do it. Oh my God, I can't believe. All right, hold on. Ken, what should I do? Should I just skip all these comments?
Well, do what I do. I go through them rapid fire and just
Okay.
tell
All right,
me to shut up for a little bit.
We're gonna. Yep. What did I say? What did I say? What
There you
did I
go.
say? Sophie, I told you. I told you. I'm telling you. I'm actually becoming an expert in picking up on the Durant haters. I'm becoming an expert. Well, Haley's coming back next week. My theater only showing it in 3D. Haley, one for me is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
I still need to see that too. I got the 4K, but
Okay. And also, because when I was reading that, it made me think of Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, because that's Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler is a remake, and I never knew that for the longest time.
I didn't know it either till you just said it.
It's a remake of like a 50s movie called Mr. Deeds Goes to Town.
Sky rockets in flight, afternoon delight.
Oh my God, I love Mr. Deeds. So good. This is Major Tom to ground control.
I do love that movie.
I hope it's just in 3D. Oh yeah. We're not going to the 3D. Like I hope my IMAX theater is going to play it in 2D, but if it isn't, then we'll settle for anything other than IMAX. I can't do 3D, especially because okay, you have the similar thing. I typically wear glasses. I'm not, so I don't have a glare, but I can't put 3D glasses over my regular prescription glasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the most uncomfortable thing.
I just I don't know, I just never got anything out of it. Like the only movie I've really seen in 3D is Cars 2.
What?
It was when 3D was popping and everything they put out was in 3D, and
What?
literally the only show in a car. My nephew wanted to go see Cars 2. So I took him to go see it.
That's funny.
And it was the only showing was 3D. I was like, God, I don't want to see 3D because I just didn't like it. I don't know.
That's hysterical.
Cars. Yeah, that's the only one I was ever made to see.
Wow. Durant's here. He's trashed to the max, folks. All right, there we go. Thanks, Andy. Damn, you guys are fast, Laren and Tony, like bouncers at a nightclub. I'm telling you, that's why they're the mods of this channel. The second a hate comment comes in, they're on it. That's
out.
I'm telling you, they're out. Yeah, out. Kaylee, what's going on? Hey, people. I know you're cool. Kaylee, I know you're cool. Please don't not be cool. Nice Big Daddy reference, Ken. Good Lord. Yeah, I got to go through here. I'm so sorry, guys. But blame Ken, because this doesn't happen on normal shows.
Blame me. I talk too much.
It's all this guy's fault. No, because you bring the crowd. That's what I'm saying. You bring the crowd. There's too many people in here is what I'm saying. Some people need to leave. No, I'm kidding.
Stay.
Don't leave. What's going on,
I
Anthony?
told them to stay. They've done a good job. They've stayed.
They have. Yep. Hey, Michelle has no time for smiles and is all business during those audit videos. I love when Ken starts talking about the movie. Michelle cuts him off and says, "We're not here to talk about the movie." That's my favorite part too. Yeah. Where she's like, "We're not here to review the movie."
She's very good at busting my balls for sure.
It's great.
She's been that way since the beginning. So
great.
I got to give it to her. She just takes it to the internet now.
Yep, I agree, Mizzy. It's very costly. Very, very costly. Dennis Cinema 4K. Shell is great. She knows it's for the channel. Oh, okay. Shell, like Michelle. Collecting something you love is never a waste. Dude, where do you get a soundboard? Is he asking you where you get a soundboard?
I guess you. I don't have a soundboard.
Oh, I don't either. Are you talking about those like kind of long things? Oh, the soundboard. The soundboard.
Yeah, you said you had a soundboard.
The soundboard. Okay. I use it's the Rodecaster Pro. It's from the company Rode, with microphones, like these microphones that I'm using. Because I'm all about audio when it comes to stuff, because I did the podcast, so I know the importance of audio. So yeah, it's the Rodecaster Pro, but they have a second one that just came out, so I'm kind of tempted, but I'm not going to budge on it.
You sound crispy.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, well, hold on. Are you ready? This is the built-in microphone. We're going to switch. Okay, now I'm using the built-in microphone.
Yeah, that's probably how I sound right now.
It sounds awful. You sound clear.
Sometimes I don't know this microphone. Like, this is why I start every stream asking people how I sound. because sometimes I'll have it plugged in and I'll go to rewatch the replay just to see how my sound was, and it'll sound like that. But
Yep.
everybody will say, "You sound great." And I'm
Yeah.
like, my mic wasn't plugged in or wasn't like changed in the computer settings, like it just changes back and forth all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. That happened with us with James. We did the whole episode on the built-in microphone, and we were standing in front of these things. And typically
Yeah.
Laren will call us out. He'll be like, "Wait, hold on, your audio sounds off." He didn't that time. So the whole episode, we were just doing that. And then at the end, I caught it. I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm so
People
sorry, James."
don't want to be a jerk and tell you your audio sucks, but I always tell people, like, be the jerk. Tell me my audio sucks so I can fix it.
I agree. I agree. So to answer your question, go to rode.com, I think is what it's called. RODE. RODE. Very costly though, just saying. Ken acts like he's 76 years old with his stomach.
It happens, man. You gotta eat better.
Adrian
I eat
saying hello.
salads and stuff. What's up, Adrian?
Going on? Whoa, I just accidentally deleted a comment. It wasn't intentional. I promise my phone screen is cracked and messed up. Oh, uh-oh, Haley's deleting comments.
That person is definitely not in here anymore. They left.
Exactly. Yes, Lopke. Pour that Pepsi Nitro hard. Did you read the can? Yeah. So it says chill it, open it, and pour it hard. Which, I mean, I guess just turn the can upside down.
How do you pour something hard?
It's good. It's good. I'm gonna not get addicted to it, but it is good. Durant Cinema can. Kaylee.
I thought you said you knew Kaylee.
I thought I did too. She was in a stream not that long ago.
She went undercover.
Yeah, she behaved the whole time. So
that's next level. They can
like,
infiltrate your community, make you think that they're an upstanding part of it, and then just turn on you.
You know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of the scene in The Departed with Jack Nicholson where he's like, I got a rat, a gnawing rat.
Yeah.
That's so good. And then Leo's like, I'm not the rat. I'm not the rat. So good.
Kayla's the rat.
It really is good.
Get out of here, you rat bastard.
Oh, she's out. She's been blocked, I'm sure. Pepsi Nitro is good. I highly recommend it, but don't get addicted to it. Y'all are cool, but when it comes to that couples challenge, Ken and Michelle, you're going down.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, hold on. Why are you admitting defeat already?
Look, I'm not going to blame this on my wife, but yeah, she's not the biggest trivia cinephile person in the world, and my brain is like mashed potatoes at this point in my life. So you ask me something on the spot like that, and I'm even if I know it, like I'm not going to be able to answer it. But
that's funny.
I'm going to try. I did pretty decent the first time because I was on one of Huck's first ever trivia streams. I did pretty decent in the first half. The second half, I fell apart, and then Tony from Basement Blues just annihilated me and Tim for the rest of the time.
Yeah. I'm scared. Hopefully, Huck, don't invite Tony. Like, because I know Tony has a wife, so please don't invite Tony.
I'd love Tony's wife to get on.
We're all scred.
I told Tony, I said, the real money video is you doing the monthly audit with your wife. I was like, that's what I want to see.
What has he said? Like, has he actually said?
She says that there's no way that would happen.
Okay, she's like camera shy.
So never say never. She might.
Right.
I don't know if she's camera shy or he just doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to reveal how much he spends. I don't know.
Yeah. If I ever do get him on here, that is 100% the first question I'm asking. I want to know what you do for work. What the hell do you do for work? Yeah. How do you afford this? Are you a hitman? Like,
hey, I've thought so for a while now. I think Tony's a hitman. No, he works for the school system or something. He's like an IT person for like an entire school board.
Wow, he works for a school board?
Yeah.
I would never have guessed.
And he said it many times, I'm not trying to speak for Tony, but he's got kids and they're grown, and it's like when you don't have kids and your house is paid for and you're just more it just gets easier when you get older, you get more established, and if you do it right anyway.
Yep.
100% just get more established and you make more money, and that's just the way it is.
All right, Laren, you're blocked. Can someone block the moderator, Laren? It's not the worst I've ever had. I've had some pretty crappy soft drinks. Nitro Pepsi. All it is, though, it's basically a flat Pepsi. So it's like
that sounds awful. This is why I drink vitamin water. I have no idea if it's good for me or not, but I love this vitamin water. It's called Dragon Fruit. I've been drinking it on live streams for like ever.
It's good.
but I
I
drink it
like
all the
vitamin
time.
water. I like vitamin water. Oh damn, Dave grabs his popcorn. Mama Blu-ray. Hello, what's going on, Mama Blu-ray? A&W root beer for the win. Even diet as well for the win. All right. Not big into root beer, but I can
It's
do
okay.
it. I can do it. Let's see here. Remember the time when Dave lost 6 months of videos? Is that after I said it, or is that just coincidental?
I can't believe that happened.
I'm telling
I
you,
did not know about that.
it is scary. It's scary. I'm surprised Dave hasn't commented on it yet. Or maybe he did. Oh, here he is. He did comment on it. That was insane. I remember my Avengers Blu-ray trip and Quiet Place Blu-ray trip, and the others are a blur, but was a lot gone. Yep.
Damn, dude.
And then he reached out to YouTube, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't do anything." So that's
It's like
the
you're
scary
fucking
part.
YouTube.
That's the scary part. It's like, and I get it, it's free, but it's like, you guys have no backup system on this stuff, and I don't know how they could, but it's scary to think. The stream
But
is
I mean,
missing our
that's
favorite final girl, Mel. Yeah, I think she's been in a couple of the chats for different guests, but I don't know. Maybe she's in
Mel's a
now.
busy girl. She's a busy girl.
Yep, the walk was excellent. And the walk is around the time I met Dave. So the walk has fond memories for me personally. Motion cap really took over Zemeckis' mind. Yep, he really loves that stuff. I'm gonna skip past some comments here. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me, people. Because this was brought up at nauseum on our stream, I felt compelled to simply share the title Jurassic Park 3. It did, yeah. Huck got bombarded with Jurassic Park 3 nonsense last time, so that's why I was like, hey, no Jurassic Park 3 stuff tonight.
I like Jurassic Park 3. That's my third favorite.
Ken loves Pew.
Florence Pugh. Yeah, they know I hate Florence Pugh.
Okay.
Garbage.
This is a question for you, Ken.
I haven't seen it, Laren. I think I have it on Blu-ray, but I have not seen it. It is a found footage movie that I need to get to. The problem is I think when it came out, it got like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. So I just never put it on my priority list. But that was
Wow.
back when I was listening to Rotten Tomatoes a little bit more than I do now. Now I don't even pay attention to that shit at all.
Yep.
I just watch whatever
That's
I
why
think looks good.
That's why Bob's stream was such a good idea, because I love I kind of believe in Rotten Tomatoes, but they've burned me too many times. So
Yeah. Well, most people don't understand what Rotten Tomatoes is. Like, they'll be like, Rotten Tomatoes is garbage. Like, but Rotten Tomatoes is just an aggregator of everybody else's reviews. It's not, Rotten Tomatoes isn't giving a movie a 73%. It's
Yep.
an average of all the critics. So something can get 100%, but all that means is that 100% of the critics gave it a 6. So it can be an average movie, but it still gets 100%.
Oh wait, really? That's the score? 6 consider. Oh yeah, because
So it has to
60% is
be,
fresh.
if you give it a positive score, then you get lumped into the fresh meter. And if it's not positive, then it takes away from that percentage.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary to think. We need to have you back on, Huck. Jurassic Park 3 less. Do you some justice? Yeah, we'll get Huck back on here. We're planning on doing a Killer Clowns from Outer Space watch along, and Huck is gonna hopefully join us for that, because I know.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen Killer Clowns?
No, that's another one.
It's a I watched it for the first time with Haley, and I didn't like it, but then Spirit Halloween has kind of reinvigorated my love for it.
I buy Killer Clown stuff, but I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like the cotton candy gun is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm gonna rewatch it.
I regret not buying a steelbook. There was a steelbook at Best Buy a few years ago, and I didn't get it.
From
And
Arrow,
I wish
right?
it wasn't Arrow. It was just a regular steelbook. They had a bunch of them. I got the Return of the Living Dead one. They also have a Hills Have Eyes. It like had this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but it was this specific like type of artwork.
Yeah.
And they all kind of were unison, but they just like showed the heads. I think the Return of the Living Dead one has the Tar Man on it.
Yeah, that blew me away, because I did want to pick up the Arrow of Killer Clowns when I found out it was available, and then I'm like, wow, $150. Okay.
Yeah, do not do that, man, because you know for a fact they're going to do that in 4K. Like, that's a big title, and it's only gaining in popularity. So somebody's going to put that sucker out in 4K at some point. I don't know if it's Arrow or who, but somebody will.
Good to know. Yeah, I just bought the standard Blu-ray for like $10 at FYE the other day. What do we got here? Favorite movie from 2001 with a talking dinosaur.
Alan.
Oh my God. Well, hold on. When's that? Oh no, is that 2000? The movie Dinosaur 2000? I think that is, isn't it? The Disney movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn you, Aaron, because I was gonna 180 your ass. I was gonna say dinosaur
I'm sure some other movies, 2001 with dinosaurs.
with a talking dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Pinocchio with Pauly Shore.
What? Is that a thing?
Oh my God. Has everyone seen the standing applause for Brendan Fraser? Yeah, I saw that.
Brendan Fraser's the man.
Yep. And hopefully hopefully he got his coffee that night. Hopefully he got his coffee. That's a Revenge of the Mummy at Universal. He has do you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
At the end of the ride, when you're done with the roller coaster, Brendan Fraser comes up on the screen and he's like, "Thanks. I hope you had fun. I would have enjoyed this interview if I had gotten my cup of coffee."
Really?
And
No, I haven't. They must have put that in after I went last time.
yeah,
I don't remember that ride.
it's like an inside joke or something. I want to see the whale. Yeah, I do too. Awful name because like is it supposed to be like insinuating how fat he is?
I don't know. I mean, I know it's a Darren Aronofsky film, so
Why is it called the whale?
I'm sure it'll go a little deeper than that. I'm sure it's not like Shallow
how,
Hal or
how
something.
fat he is? Yeah, like shallow. Oh,
Sure, he's not
man.
like jumping in a pool and all the water
Yeah,
comes out or anything.
it's the serious version of Shallow Hal. That's what Darren Aronofsky wanted to do.
He does
Uh,
some weird ass shit. I do dig his movies, but
oh, he does. Yeah. Black Swan, the nail stuff in Black Swan, like the
yeah,
close-ups
that
of the
movie
nails
that
being
was
like pulled
rough.
back. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the canceled Batgirl. Yep.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
hold
was
on.
supposed to be the villain in that. I watched the first 2 episodes of Doom Patrol, and I really enjoyed it, but again, if nobody watched the TV show with me, I just can't watch it. I just don't have the time. So I stopped watching it, but he was great in the first 2 episodes I've seen.
Okay.
He plays the robot guy.
Watch The Godfather, please, brother. Okay, yeah, I'll get on it. Especially since we're going into October, I don't feel like that's the time. But maybe after
It's a
October.
time sink, man, so you gotta set aside some time to watch Godfather 1 and 2, like 7 hours to watch both of those films.
And then
The
the
Godfather really is a complete story. The Godfather 2 just fleshes everything out and adds more layers to Al Pacino's character,
and then
Michael
what is your
Corleone.
take on the coda cut or whatever that is of the third one?
The third one, I liked Godfather 3. I did watch the coda cut, and that was the only version that I saw, so I didn't watch the original one.
Okay.
I would still not say it's a great movie, and it's nowhere close to the first 2, but it's still okay for what it is.
All right.
Sofia Coppola really sinks that movie.
Yeah.
She's awful.
It's a shame. Airheads is the best Brendan Fraser movie. Yeah, that's an Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi movie.
I do like Airheads, but you are wrong, Lapke Vision. It's Encino, man. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, he teared up from the standing ovation. Hello, Moro. Do you know Moro?
No, Morrowind.
All right, watch out for Morrowind. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't know who the person is, I don't know who the person is. So just watch
I
out.
know Morrowind's an Elder Scrolls game.
There you go. Maybe that. The
Have you
Mummy
ever
one
seen
and
Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser?
no, I haven't seen a lot of Brendan Fraser movies now that I think about
It's
it.
him and Alicia Silverstone, and it's got Christopher Walken in it, and it's like a end of the world scenario, but the end of the world doesn't actually happen, but they think it's gonna happen, so they both dive in like a bunker, and they're in there for like 30 years.
Oh,
Like,
that's cool. That's
so
cool.
Brendan Fraser grows up because he's a kid when Christopher Walken takes him and his mom down in there. So he grows up in the bunker, and then he comes out, and he thinks it's the apocalypse, but it's really just present day. It's a fun movie.
That's cool. Yeah, that sounds fun. Um, what do we got? Sandler. By the way, I don't know if he's coming to where exactly do you live again, Ken?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. I don't know if
Kentucky.
he's coming to Kentucky, but I did just buy tickets to go see Sandler in November. I'm super excited for that. He's
How
touring
much were
again.
those? Because I heard those were
Crazy.
expensive as hell.
They are if you want to be like right under his like nutsack.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. If you're not under his nutsack, it's not worth growing.
And I was like, all right, that's tempting, but $800. I don't feel like I want to see Little Nicky and Billy Madison that bad. So 55 is what I paid. 55.
Oh, that's not bad. I heard people bitching online about it being like $500 or $600 for like regular tickets or something.
Oh, maybe I don't know like how
55's not bad though.
Yeah, 55 was good, but then all
So
the
you get to
processing and
get to
everything.
hang out and hear him go, "Hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders."
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
And, have you listened
Meatloaf
to his new album?
sandwich. No, I have not. I have not listened to any Adam Sandler since the They're All Gonna Laugh at You and,
They're
Stan
all
and
gonna
Ju
laugh at you.
Stan and Judy's Kid, I think was the last album I bought of his, but I did buy it. Didn't he have a couple other ones before that?
He did, yeah.
Back in the '90s, back in the peak Sandler days, that's when I bought his stuff.
I'm telling you, his new one, 100% fresh. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's,
Is it the same type style? He just does skits and stuff on there and
yeah, yeah,
sings and stuff?
just scattered all over the
My
place,
god,
and
listening to those, like, They're All Gonna Laugh at You and, Stan and Judy's Kid albums when I was a kid, like, those are hilarious. I loved them.
yep. Did you ever see the Sandler family reunion on SNL?
No, I don't think so.
No? It's
No.
basically where they have, all the cast members play different characters that inspired his movie characters.
Yeah,
So you'll have like a cousin or something that's very reminiscent of Billy Madison, and that person's gonna do a Billy Madison impression.
yeah.
And, he's like, "What's going on here?" And they're like, "Don't use this for inspiration now." It's the dumbest stuff, but it's just funny. And then Kristen Wiig comes out and plays his mom, and she's like, "They're all gonna laugh at you."
It's why I remember listening to that skit all the time when I was a kid, and I had never seen Carrie before. So
Yeah.
when I finally watched Carrie, I was like, "Oh, this is where he got it."
Yep. But I would definitely recommend if you like Sandler the way it sounds like you do.
Well, the thing is, I have to be, a little cautious about present day Sandler because 'cause I'm not a fan of any of his movies post, like, 2002. Um,
Really?
no, I mean, Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, I was probably at the end.
Click? Click?
The Click's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't really classify Click as a full on, like, Sandler comedy, though. It's kinda more like family drama almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Uncut
Click's
Gems,
okay.
obviously, Uncut
Uncut
Gems.
Gems is amazing. Uncut Gems pisses me off, though, because whenever he's in a movie like Uncut Gems, I was like, "This dude can freaking act and, like, be great and be, like, Oscar worthy," and then he goes and does stupid stuff like That's
Hubie
My
Halloween.
Boy and
Hubie
Hubie
Halloween.
Halloween, and God, these movies are awful. Awful.
I actually find it endearing. I find it how, like, he could become a truly great actor, and I'd like to think he goes to bed at night every night going, "I know I'm great, people know I'm great,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep making shit."
Yeah, and it's cool because he keeps his friends employed, and I actually interviewed a woman that was on in one of his movies. It was a long time ago. I was a part of another channel back then. She was in The Wrong Missy, and she was talking about being on sets. This is a David Spade movie, but it was Happy Madison, and it was on
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Netflix.
Yep,
She was talking about being on set, and it was like he does like he takes care of his cast and crew like nobody else. Like the catering's always like on point and
yep,
everybody's always laughing and having a great time. It's like being on vacation. I was
yep.
like, well, that doesn't make the best movies, but I guess if everybody's happy, it's okay.
Uh, Gone with the Wind is spectacular, says Dennis. Okay, we'll take your word there. Heavyweights. Heavyweights. Ben Stiller's over the top in that movie.
I need to get that in the collection.
Ben Stiller is truly great as the supporting role of the murderer in The Cable Guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And he directed the Cable Guy too.
and he directed it. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he's phenomenal as that supporting character of like that like
Yeah.
trial that's going on.
Yeah. I love the Cable Guy.
Oh my god, he's so good. What do we got here? Mohammed. Okay. Nice avatar. What's your guys' favorite horror movies?
Favorite horror movies? My favorite is The Exorcist. Then I go The Shining.
The Shining, 100%.
Um, Probably The Thing after that.
Where does the Blair Witch fall for you? Because that's my favorite found footage.
I love The Blair Witch. I don't know if it'd make my top 10 or 20. I mean, there's just a lot of horror movies I love, but and I would also put Paranormal Activity above Blair Witch,
Okay.
as far as found footage. But I mean, I love Blair Witch. I think when I was a kid, that movie, like the hype was real when that thing came out back in '99. Like that was when the internet was first like
Yeah.
ramping up, and like people really thought that was real.
Yep.
And it was an experience to watch that movie. And I remember, like, right before I was gonna see it, I saw the cast on, like, Jay Leno or something, and it, like, ruined the whole experience for me. I was like, "Oh, this isn't real."
Yeah, why'd they do that?
Um,
Why'd they do
I have
that?
no idea. I have no idea. It was ridiculous. Like, they did all this work for viral marketing and, um but
Oh,
yeah, that was, I remember watching Blair Witch when I was a kid, and I was like, "What is this? Just a bunch of people walking around the woods." I was like, the ending moments, a guy standing in the corner. I was like, "I don't know about this." But I rewatched it a few years ago, and I was like, "Damn, this movie is awesome." I don't
and I
know.
think
I've grown a lot of appreciation for it.
and I think the Adam Wingard movie from 2016
I love
is
that movie.
yeah, I genuinely think it gets a little too much hate. It's like, yeah, it's a little more polished. Yes, I get
Yeah.
it. But I mean, the ending
I thought that
alone
was awesome.
the
I
ending
loved it.
alone is great where she's standing at the wall trying not to look
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
witch. I
And just
was
that
like,
when she's, like, in that little, like, that little tunnel, she's, like,
yeah.
trying to crawl, and it's so claustrophobic. Yeah, I thought that movie was amazing.
I'm telling you,
Um,
Ken, I love that you share the enthusiasm for found footage
yeah.
because a lot of people trash on it, man.
Yeah, they're gonna you just have to expect that. If it's found footage, it's gonna get like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes because people don't understand the genre, what it's supposed to be.
And I really enjoyed Chronicle. Not a lot of people talk about Chronicle.
I love Chronicle. I feel like that one got a high score when that came out. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people like that one. That's a really great movie too. I've only seen it once, but I loved it when I watched it. Cloverfield's also another great found footage movie. Have you seen Hell House LLC? It's
Hell
on
House.
It's on Amazon, or it was a few years ago, but that is probably one of the scariest found footage movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
So
Hell
watch it
House.
this put that on your list for this October.
I'm
It's
literally gonna
like,
do that.
it's like a haunted house. They're, like, creating a haunted house. Um,
Hell
I
House
forget the entire
LLC.
story, but I just remember there being several moments in that movie, and I couldn't s it's the only movie I've ever seen where I couldn't fall asleep that night. I, like I couldn't go
Man,
to
you're hyping
bed.
this.
Yeah, like, it
Ken,
was
you're
it was it
hyping
was
this thing.
rough. It was really rough.
All right, Hell House LLC. I was thinking of Hell High when you were saying that. I was like, I have the arrow, but I haven't seen
I
Hell
watched
High.
Hell High this year. It's a fun movie, but no, it's not as scary as Hell House LLC. There's, like, 2 sequels too. And I haven't seen the sequels. I've only seen the first one, but it's a
Cool.
good one.
Okay, it's on the watch list.
Yeah.
Tony, I've given up. I have given up because I've read too many articles where Cameron's like, "Oh yeah, it's coming this year," and it doesn't come. So I've kind of gotten off that bandwagon of True Lies and
I just
Abyss.
went ahead and bought it on DVD a few years ago at a Goodwill, and at least I have a copy now.
So I'm saying, I just don't cross your fingers for it. Don't cross your fingers for it. I got to get my ass to bed, y'all. Everyone have a good night. Great chat, you guys, and
See you,
everyone in the
Dave.
comments. Dave, yeah. We'll probably take it to 2 hours. Is that cool, Ken?
It's all good, man.
Take it to cool. So we got about 15 more minutes. Um, let Terminator rest. No more movies. Thank you so much, Tony. I agree. Night, Dave.
You
True
know what
Lies
I
is
wish though? After I watched the first Terminator, I was like, I wish they did like 6 of these movies, and it was like Friday the 13th or something, just with Arnold being the bad guy.
yeah.
How amazing would that be if all the way through the '80s you had all of these like Terminator slasher movies, and then they
Oh,
hit you with T2 in 1991, and it blew your mind. It probably wouldn't have the same effect though. It's probably better the way that it was handled, but I don't know.
there's a few things I really wish I could change about the past. There's like the one thing I wish I could is that Cameron specifically did that T2 3D thing at Universal as like a stepping stone to a third film. And in the making of documentary of that attraction, he's talking about I may direct it, and it just hurts when you hear that because it's like nope, it never came. Like and it didn't happen. And but he talked about making a third Terminator film
Yeah.
back in the early
I've
mid
only seen
90s.
Terminator 3 one time, and I just never had the desire. I don't remember thinking it was bad. I just never had the desire to go back and watch it.
Talk to the hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Salvation, I only saw once in the theaters, and I never had the desire to go back and watch it. Genesis, saw it once,
Ah,
never had the desire to rewatch it.
Genesis. Ooh.
Um, and then Dark Fate, I bought it on 4K, but I haven't rewatched it since I saw it in the theaters.
One thing I will say about Dark Fate is the score from Junkie XL. That is a bump in score if you want to drive.
It's a good score.
It's a great score.
Yeah.
True Lies is hella overrated. End of Days is better, 100%. End of Days is only good because it gives us, I think, Arnold's best line, which is, "You're a fucking choir boy. You're a fucking choir boy."
I heard recently that there was something that came out about how he farted in one of the actresses' faces in that movie. You'd have
I
to
remember
look it
hearing that
up.
too. Yep. It's a
Um,
shame Dave went to
and
bed
she
because he could clarify.
she came out and against him like recently over it. It's like I don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger because he farted in my face on the set of End of Days.
Oh God. Arnold.
What do you want from me? I had to fight.
Tony, I got to head out as well. Ed, I'm old and have to get up at 3:30. Good God. All right. Well,
Dude, how are you
thank you.
still up right now?
Yeah, thanks for watching, Tony. Appreciate it. Hey, look who it is.
I guess Bob's done.
All right, so Bob, if you're still watching, I don't know how far back I am on this chat, but we were kidding that you were still going to be streaming when we ended this one. So, plus, I just want to let it be known, Bob, I tried to reschedule for a little later on to not interfere with your stream. So, hopefully, you like me. Good night, Dave and Tony.
Head to head, like the Monday Night Wars.
Well, just because I knew you were coming on, and like if it was some other guest, I would. But like I know, like you're, you and Bob are closely associated with the content. So,
Yeah.
Terminator ride was great. I love how everyone calls it a ride because it really wasn't. It was like you sat down in a theater. I also like Jaws and Back to the Future and Twister. Yeah, Twister was great, but the Jimmy Fallon ride is actually pretty fun going through because they have a really nice queue where you feel like you're in the Tonight Show studio.
Yeah.
And they have a whole history of all the hosts and everything, so you can see Johnny Carson and
That's pretty cool.
Conan O'Brien. It's funny, Conan O'Brien hosted for a year, so he's in there. So it's pretty cool.
I remember that whole thing.
Speaking of James Cameron, we need the Abyss in 4K. Don't hold your breath. That's all I'm going to say. Ken brings all the sex bots to the yard.
That's what I do.
Ken, have you seen Platoon?
No, I haven't.
All right,
I have
Mohammed.
it.
There you go.
I have it on 4K, but I haven't watched it. I heard trash things about the transfer, but
Okay.
everybody be talking trash lately about transfers and Greece and
Yeah.
come on.
Grease is the word.
Greece.
Michelle's best stare down is when she calmly asks Ken, "So you bought the movie for the art, but not the movie?" Okay, that's messed up.
She said, I think I remember her saying that.
Yeah, like something like, okay, so why don't you just buy art instead? Like, why don't you buy art?
Yeah. I just like having films in the collection, whether I like them or not, whether they're great or not. I just like having history
I get it, man. I
in the
get it.
collection. It's a piece of
get it.
history. I can't get rid of anything unless
You're
I
a
upgrade
hoarder.
it.
You're a hoarder.
Yeah, basically.
What's your favorite Martin Scorsese film? Says Mohammed.
Mm.
I'm going The King of Comedy.
It's a very close tie between Taxi Driver and Raging Bull. I would have said Taxi Driver, but I watched Raging Bull again when the 4K came out, and I was like, "Damn, this movie's so good." I'll give the slight edge to Raging Bull. I think I'm going to put Raging Bull above Taxi Driver, but it's damn close. I love Goodfellas too, and Casino, and I watched a lot of them recently. Wolf of Wall Street's amazing too.
It is. Yep. I could totally see Tony being a hitman, but Moonlight's as a school.
But also, you said King of Comedy. That's the only big one I would say of Scorsese's I haven't seen yet.
Ooh. Okay, so hold on. Let me ask because this is an important question. Do you like Joker?
I do. I did like Joker a lot.
I think you'll like The King of Comedy.
I didn't check it out. I got the Blu-ray. I'm gonna wait for the 4K though to watch it
because it's basically just switch out from Jokers from Murray, Robert De Niro's Murray, switch him to Joaquin, and not as violent in anything. You know what I mean? But just switch and that's basically the movie. He's trying to get on the talk show. Yeah, I totally could too. So when he comes on, if he ever does come on the show, that's what I'm going to ask him if he's a hitman.
I think he is.
Here we go. Haley, a question for Ken, but anybody could answer, of course. Roughly what percentage of your physical media collection have you not seen?
That's the magic question. God. Not seen?
Not. Yeah.
I'll be conservative and say 50%.
Wow.
But Are you talking about actually? Because there's movies that I have in the collection that I have not watched these Blu-rays, but I've seen the movie. So
Okay.
does that count as not seeing it? If
Uh,
I haven't actually popped in the disc that I have in my collection, does that count? Because I bought
uh,
movies I just want in the collection because I've seen them before and I really like them, but I haven't actually watched that physical version that I bought.
okay. She's shaking her head no. She's off camera. So
And if we're going that route, then I would say more like probably 40%
okay. All right.
that I haven't watched.
There you go.
But I buy a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll watch them eventually. That's my thought process. One day, I'll be retired and I'll have more time and I'll have them for then.
And your kids will be off to
Kids will be gone.
college.
It'll be a little less crazy around here, and I'll have
There
plenty
you
of
go.
time to enjoy the movies I got.
Yep. Flat Pepsi doesn't sound good. Yeah, I thought so too, because I heard people describe Nitro Pepsi like that, but I like it. You got to try the Pepsi Vanilla Nitro. It's super smooth. Alrighty.
Super smooth.
It's super smooth. Haley, I would say about 30%, says Mizzy. Mohammed, what are your guys' favorite thriller films? I would say an underrated one is Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
I haven't seen that. Somebody gave me a steel book of that, I think, recently.
Please watch that, Ken. That is a claustrophobic movie. It's the
Yeah, I'm kind of claustrophobic myself, so that kind of stuff kind of messes me up. Like I was
yep
talking about with the Blair Witch, like that whole sequence really messed me up when
yep.
I saw that in the theaters.
Literally the entire movie. I kid you not, takes place in a coffin. Like it never leaves the coffin. So,
That's rough.
what about you? What's your favorite thriller film besides Michael Jackson's Thriller?
That's up there. God, it's when first thing that pops in my head when you say thriller is probably Seven,
Oh, okay.
but
What's in the
also
box?
but also The Game. I think is super underrated for David Fincher, and I've always loved that movie.
I want to see that one. That sounds interesting.
But I'm sure there's like literally hundreds of thrillers, and I'm probably not thinking of right now.
Doesn't he like get a box or something from like a friend? That's what it's about. The game. He gets a
Yeah,
box.
it's for his birthday, and basically his it's either his friend or his brother. I think it might be his brother. It's Sean Penn, but he sets up a game. It's like this really elaborate like game that he's gonna play with him on his birthday.
So
Um,
it's like Saw before Saw.
kind of, and I mean it has like a little clown puppet thing that shows up in his room too. So
That's cool.
it's all ripped off the game,
All right.
hardcore.
We just figured it
Um,
out.
but also, if you want to consider, a lot of people would consider, Silence of the Lambs a horror thriller. That's definitely probably one of the greatest movies of all time. So that's up there too.
Yep. What are your guys' thoughts on Batman 89 with Michael Keaton? It's my favorite Batman movie.
I love Batman '89.
It's my favorite.
I don't. It's weird with Batman. Um, it's hard for me to say anything's my favorite with Batman because I feel like I like them all for like different reasons. So, but I'll say Batman today. I'll say Batman Returns is my favorite Batman.
Cool. It's just something about that Danny Elfman theme. I think if that theme wasn't in there, I would like it a little less. But man, when you hear that come on,
Yeah, it's too nostalgic. I mean, I literally only like movies because I watched movies like Batman '89 and Beetlejuice and Back to the Future when I was a
yeah,
kid. E.T. Like those are the movies that made me a movie fan. Like that's what I watched when I was a kid over and over again on repeat
yep, yep.
were those movies.
Have you guys seen Troll 2? I have not
I have
seen
not.
Trolls 2. I saw Trolls 1.
Oh my god. I know that whole thing.
Yep. Mohammed, you're asking good questions. I like your avatar. I just ordered my copy for Killer Clowns today. Ken should
Nice.
join us. Ken should join us for the watch along. Well, that's up to Ken. The merch is better than the movie, but I am ready to go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I picked up, like I told you, Huck, I picked up a little too much Killer Clowns
He
merch.
said the merch is better than the movie.
It's fun, dude. When you go into Spirit Halloween and they got cause they're they're running with the Killer Clown stuff. So it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Killer Clowns and Altman's Popeye were childhood staples for me. That's kind of interesting. Very juxtaposing movies right there.
Yeah, very different movies.
Yes, look up the trailer for Lionsgate's Pinocchio starring Pauly Shore coming soon.
What are you talking about? Are you serious? I gotta look this up.
What the?
Lapke, you're joking.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space was a good movie for what it was. Exactly. Yes. I firmly believe Killer Clowns could really benefit from an updated, like genuinely scary movie. It's not scary at all, this movie.
Yeah.
But if like we could do it really
Feels
well
like
with
one I could put in for my 8-year-old daughter. She'd probably like it.
yeah, it's fun. What's up, Huck? Great challenges you've come up with. Yeah, absolutely. John Goodman. Who got to who?
We're back. I do remember we're back.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow. More on the way. Do you have a super chat enabled, my friend? I don't see it. Just subscribed. No, to do super chats, I think you have to have at least 1,000 subs.
Yeah, you do.
So
And it
we're not
takes
there.
forever to actually get it approved.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Not like forever, but it's like a month or two or something. Because me and my wife hit 1,000 earlier this year, and we were trying to get it enabled. It felt like for like 3 months.
Ugh. But no, I appreciate you asking. But not yet. Blast from the Past is really good. Okay, so that's also on the list. Okay, so we got Hell House LLC and Blast from the Past.
Leave my elevator alone.
That sounds pretty darn cool. Blast from the Past. All right, that's on the list. Whenever I have a Dr. Pepper, I think of Blast from the Past.
It's a 1999 movie. I had no idea it came out in 1999.
Everybody,
Yeah, it's not on. I think it's on Hulu if you have a subscription, is what it's telling me.
I think Lopke gets the comment of the stream here. Preferably under his nutsack is the best seat. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I contemplated it because look, I love Sandler, and to be under his nutsack would have been like the best way to view the show. But for $800 a ticket, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Damn.
So, and that's in Savannah. So maybe where you're talking about, Ken, is like in other places that are like bigger.
Yeah, I don't know.
No? I don't know.
It could be.
They do. They have a Jim Carrey family reunion as well. So they have one for Sandler and then one for Carrey. It's the Sandler and Carrey family reunion.
That sounds awesome.
Check them out. Seriously, it's great SNL stuff.
Was there anybody bigger comedic wise in the 90s than Carrey and Sandler?
Jim Carrey and Sandler?
I feel like
so.
For me as a kid, like I just remember their stuff. Like it was an event every time you heard a Sandler or Carrey movie was coming out.
I don't think so. Well, Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy was big when he came back. I mean, I would say Eddie Murphy was probably overall had his best decade in the 80s because you got a lot of classics, Trading Places, 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, Golden Child, like Coming to America.
The 90s is really only Nutty Professor.
The 90s he popped with Nutty Professor. Like he did get super big again off of that movie. Like that was a big movie, but
quite literally a big movie.
I wouldn't say that Murphy owned the 90s like Carrey and Sandler did.
Okay, own the 80s. Yeah. Yep. But now who's the bigger, Carrey or Sandler? I think I'm personally going Carrey.
Yeah, it'd be really tough. I'd have to examine both their filmographies and what they came out with in the 90s. But Carrey, man, in 1994 did Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura all in the same year. It's insane. So yeah, you got to go. And that was before Adam Sandler did his first big movie, Billy Madison.
1 year later,
95.
Which that's cool. Like I love doing that, right? I love doing that when it's like, okay, so in 94, Carrey did all this, right? Sandler wasn't even really a thing.
He was on SNL. Like he was doing good on SNL, but
it's just weird to think. I love doing that in your head. It's just like, and now who they are, you know.
You look at the run that Carrey had from 1994 to 2003, which I would consider that to be his last great comedy with Bruce Almighty. He's had good comedy since then, but I like Yes Man. I like Fun with Dick and Jane.
I was going to say Yes Man.
His last great comedy, in my opinion, was Bruce Almighty. And he also did Ace Ventura 2 came out in 95, Batman Forever, Cable Guy, Liar Liar, which is my personal favorite. Then he started to take a little bit more dramatic turn with Truman Show, Man on the Moon, Me, Myself, and Irene, which is a super underrated movie that nobody talks about.
Yeah, no one does.
Yeah, lots of great movies.
Yep. I always forget that that's the Farley brothers.
Yeah.
Always forget.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Mystery Entertainment. What's going on, Chris? What's going on? That was funny. Ed, did Jim Carrey have a similar skit on SNL? He did. Yep. Absolutely love the Cable Guy.
Cable
Absolutely.
guy.
Cable Guy. I loved his, he did a Super Bowl commercial, right, as the Cable Guy?
Yeah, that was fun. I wish they
That
do
was
it.
cool.
He would do a sequel for that.
That was cool. Much respect for Sandler even with the bad movies when he wants to. Yep, exactly, yeah. Yep. He did a really good movie, Reign Over Me, which is,
It's a good
2000
movie.
2007.
Yeah,
It's like a September 11th movie.
yeah.
Pretty
Now,
darn good.
Punch Drunk Love, I might need to rewatch it. I wasn't as big on it when I first watched it.
Yeah. That's
It's a
a
Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yep. That's a top 5 Sandler for me personally.
Yeah.
They are good. Thank you, Moro. Aaron, all of Sandler's characters are funny. Yes. I always thought
Wedding Singer is probably my favorite Sandler movie. I love that movie.
and I've always been shocked that nothing ever happened with him and Barrymore in real life. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Because they are so damn good, man. Together, they are so
They've
good,
been in
and
like 4 movies by now, right?
just 3. The last one was
I
Blended.
didn't watch the last one they did together.
It was fun. It was fun, but it's sort of like, all right, you guys are just trying to reclaim the,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
And
For
it
me,
even kind of felt that way a little bit in 51st Dates, but
oh, don't
not
say
not
that.
not
It's
totally. I do love 51st Dates, but it's
yes.
yeah.
51st Dates is, I think, my favorite of their 3. It's
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie, but Wedding Singer just has that kinda 80s nostalgia,
killer soundtrack.
power, this that awesome soundtrack. I just love it. Love it.
Yeah. Hell House LLC has one of the scariest clowns. Oh, it's a clown movie?
It's, I don't know if you've seen they've done a lot of, like, haunted houses gone wrong type movies, I feel like, in the last few years. Like, they did a movie called Haunt, which a lot of people hype up. I wasn't too big into that one. They've also done The House That October Built and movies like that.
Okay.
And, Hell House LLC is about them setting up a haunted house in this area that's actually haunted,
Okay.
or this hotel that's haunted.
Are you hyped for Terrifier 2?
I wouldn't say hyped. I may watch it, I may not. I thought the first one was okay.
All right. All right.
The big centerpiece moment of the movie is where he splits a girl in half, and they literally stole that from Bone Tomahawk, which
Oh,
is
really?
awesome. Yeah. Have you
Oh,
seen Bone
damn.
Tomahawk?
I did not. That would have been fun to bring up because shameless
Such a good
plug.
movie.
Shameless plug. I did have Damian Leone, the director of Terrifier, on my podcast, and
Nice.
I was like kissing his ass over that
He
scene.
couldn't yeah, he may have not ripped it off, but, I mean, it came out 3 years after Bone Tomahawk, so he had to have seen it.
He had to
Um,
have.
but it was much more visceral in Bone Tomahawk, and it was pretty visceral in Terrifier, but, like, the way they did it in Bone Tomahawk was just like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Damn, you saw Terminator 3 a week before it was released to the public. It was a great time. Yeah, I have memories playing that video game, Terminator 3.
I think I do too.
Did you ever play? Oh,
I
okay,
think I
cool.
did.
Yeah, you could like battle the female TX. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right. It went over 2 hours, so we're gonna whittle it down here. Jonathan, what did you grab from the Blue Underground sale? That's 100% question for him.
I did grab some stuff from Blue Underground, and I'll show it off when I get it.
Boom, right there. Have a great week, folks. Gonna catch the Fog Steelbook 4K, then sleep. All righty. Oh, so you're not gonna sleep until you have the 4K?
He's
Thanks,
waiting
Laren.
patiently, will
Oh, wait,
not
hold
fall
on.
asleep.
Is Laren leaving? Did Laren leave?
You might have.
Thanks, Laren. Good night. Oh, okay. Buried is great. Yep, 100% Buried's phenomenal. It's my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie. Spoiler for my actor challenge for Huck's thing. When I do Ryan Reynolds, it's 100% Buried. Um, Will Johnson, Buried is fantastic. I hardly have that much time to watch a lot of mine either.
My favorite Ryan Reynolds is obviously Green Lantern. Up there.
The Proposal is actually fun. With
I really love Definitely Maybe. I've loved it since I think when my wife saw it in the theater back in like 2008, I think it came out. I really love that movie.
yeah, it's I gotta watch that one. I like his rom-com stuff. I don't know. I
Yeah,
like
it's
Ryan
a
Reynolds.
rom-com, but it's he's got like 4 or 5 love interests in the movie, and it's like
Oh, nice.
balancing back and forth between them over like a period of time. So it's a good movie.
Okay, so I apologize. We're not going to be able to get to everybody here, but I will leave it off with this because since she was not here, I think this is a good way to conclude it. Haley says, I have a firm hatred for The Fog. Ken, thoughts?
My thoughts. So I recently got ripped apart on my Fog review because I said it was just okay, and it's lower tier John Carpenter, and everybody ripped me to shreds for it. So I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I can see where you're coming from on
There
that.
we
It's
go.
an okay movie, but it's all atmosphere and aesthetic. That's all The Fog is.
There we
It's
go.
a good spooky campfire story, but nothing more than that.
Want to Grow Old with You. That's a great song. All right,
It's
and
a
there we
good
go.
movie.
We're actually at the bottom. Oh my God.
Do it.
This is the last comment. I agree. I'm glad they made it because okay, so I think that's in reference to something I might have missed. I apologize for everyone. Holy crap, man. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Look, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. This was a
Thank you
lot
for
of
having me,
fun.
man. I appreciate you having me on. Talking movies is
Absolutely.
always a good time.
And I look forward to whenever Huck gets this couples thing going. I look forward to seeing you then. And I don't know when I'll see you before then, but
I'll bring my A game, man.
I'm
I
telling you.
already got to get prepared for battle this week. I'm in a movie collection battle on Thursday night. It's a champions battle.
There you go. And hold
Gotta
on,
be ready.
where is it on?
I don't know if you've watched those, but over on, I don't know if you know who 4KD Ray is. If you
I've
met
heard
him,
of him. I've heard of him. I'm gonna go check him out.
So on his channel, he does movie collection battles every Thursday night. So what you do is he'll ask a question like, pick a movie that starts with an A, and we'll go grab a movie off the shelf that starts with an A. We'll come back, we'll show it off, and the chat votes on which one's the best pick. So,
Okay.
and you can go in all kinds of different directions with it. You know, pick a movie with this actress, or pick the best mob movie that's not Godfather or Goodfellas. That question's come up as well.
Cool. All right,
So
4KD Ray.
it's a fun town.
All righty, man. Well, I'll see you over there. And everybody, thank you for being here. We had record-shattering numbers of people watching, and that's because
Nice.
Mid-Level Media was here. So
That was all you, man. It was
heck
all
no.
you.
Heck no.
They
Absolutely
came
not.
to see you tonight.
They
I
came to
was
see
just
how
here.
many Dave haters we would have. And I think we had 2 or 3 at least. So
You had Dave on here? Have you had Dave on here?
yeah, he was Dave does so much crap with me. It's I've like wrangled him into some of the weirdest things to appear
He's
on.
always down to do weird stuff.
He's down to do
I need to get
apparently
him to
his
do more
first
weird
audio
stuff.
commentary he ever did with someone was with me with Terminator 3 like years ago. So that's cool. But yeah, Dave's been on this particular iteration.
Nice.
Can't wait to get some shut eye. Yeah. That's going to help with the COVID. It's going to help with the COVID.
Get
All
plenty
right.
of rest, drink plenty of fluids.
Just stick around so we can do a formal goodbye, but I'm going to end the stream. So,
Gotcha, man.
All righty. Thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I
Thank
wish I
y'all
could
for joining. Hit
I
the
wish I
like
could.
button.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Comment.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't ever say any of
Subscribe.
this. I don't say any of this stuff.
It's
So,
hard for me to remember.
yeah. All right, guys. Until we talk to you next time, keep being fans of something.